All right, testing 1 2 1 2. Turn off this music. All right, so let me turn on the Brood War music. Welcome everybody. It's been a while. I've been gone for a while, but I'm back to casting. So, good morning. This is going to be a CPL cast, Big Click Energy versus Horse Emoji, and I am joined here by two co-casters. The FirstLaw. Say hi if you're there. All right, you go first then, Zesky. Oh no! Oh no! I failed to unmute myself on Discord. That's just par for the course. All right, let's try this again. I'm unmuted now.
Oh.
Yeah, I was actually I was unmuted on stream, but I was muted on Discord, so I was like asking you guys to introduce yourselves, and nothing happened. And I was like, wait, what's wrong? All right, let's try this again. Hi everyone, this is going to be a cast Big Click Energy versus Horse Emoji, and I'm joined here by two co-casters. FirstLaw. What's up?
Hi.
Hi. And Zesky.
G'day.
Zesky is he's back, man. You haven't casted in a while, right?
Not for like, I don't think I've casted at all this season, and I think I casted like twice last season. So yeah, it's been a bit of a while for me, but I'm back, at least for now.
By the way, welcome to the chat, Shimmer. I saw that Shimmer was the only one in the chat just now, so welcome. It's kind of a strange hour because it's like it's actually 7 a.m. here, and FirstLaw he's in West Coast USA, and Zesky is in Australia. So we're like, and I'm in Europe, I'm in the Netherlands, so it's kind of a strange setup. We got like all three corners of the world, and somehow it all worked out with regard to the time. Oh, it's actually 6 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, it's pretty early. Okay, let's get started. So this is going to be the first game. Is going to be Gooseheaded versus who was it again? Zumpy, I think. Let's just get started and see how this goes.
So ZVP?
It's a ZVP, yeah.
ZVP. All right. See Goose's ZVP, man. See if he's been listening to Nagnar.
Okay, so it looks like we have Gooseheaded here in the bottom right corner. And Zumpy in the top left corner. By the way, maybe someone, whenever we start, maybe someone could set the game to extra high as soon as we start, just makes it go a little bit smoother. Yeah, thank you.
Can do that.
So actually,
right, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you go.
No. You go ahead. I wasn't gonna say anything interesting, so.
Fair enough. I was gonna say nothing interesting at all. I was gonna say Zumpy. I don't know anything about him, play style at all. I know quite a bit about Goose, having played with him a fair bit, and but I haven't actually seen his ZVP. So this is gonna be a new experience for me, this game. But it already looks like we got an attempted, partway pile scout, I guess. Here he went like half. I think he was checking for lings like halfway across the map there.
Oh yeah.
Lings that early?
Going, yeah, I don't even think a 4-pool could arrive that early. I'm not quite sure, but maybe he's looking for. Nah, not even an Overlord would reach this far because it's Tempest, right? Because Tempest is such a large map that takes the Overlord so long to get anywhere that you sort of really can't look for it that way. But doesn't matter anyway because it's cross spawn, so you're not going to find the Overlord anyway. But it looks like we're going to have a gate first from Zumpy here, and an overpull from Goose. Now, typically cross spawn overpull, the Zealot's never going to do that much damage anyway. It takes way too long for the Zealot to actually get across the map. And the lings are going to hatch well and truly before the Zealot can get close to that base and do any real damage. So Zumpy had a little bit of a loss here to get that early pressure done, but that's fine. Like, the game's still pretty even so far. 2 lings being hatched now. That's very good. I like it when you just do like the safe 2 lings always against Zerg. Whenever the Zerg goes like 1 set of lings and they haven't actually seen what the build order is yet, it's always a little bit risky. You're always gambling that it's going to be that forge opening. It's never great. But it looks like Goose is going to go ahead and find Zumpy here. Or a little bit of a connect there with that Zealot. Nice work. That was a quick A-click there. But ultimately not going to do too much. Just going to go into our standard build orders here. Taking our 3rd hatch in a... Oh, what do you think about that 3rd hatch position, FirstLaw? Like, that's so far away from the nat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little far away from the map, but from the nat. But you know, this map is kind of wonky as well. Maybe he doesn't want to take you know, like the 3rd word is Overlord is because it's a little bit more wide open, maybe.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It is actually. It's probably one of the worst sim spots as well that I've ever seen. Like, I just don't know how to wall off against Zealots because the Zealots can come in from like every angle. So yeah, I guess you're right. Like, that's a decent 3rd base position, especially for cross spawn. Those early lings, losing those early lings, there was actually quite a bit of a fall though. You don't ever want to lose lings like that for free. Like, it just gives us the Protoss way too much map presence, and now like these Zealots are across the map. He's going to be forced to make another set of lings, although he only made 1 set of lings. It's a little bit crazy, but we're going to be fine because the Zealot's going to turn around. I don't think Protoss needs that probe in his nat anymore. I think he's got more than enough Zealots. But yeah, this game's looking out to be a pretty standard opening so far. Nothing too crazy going on here. Just a little bit of back and forth going on.
I'm not
going
sure.
down at roughly the same time as the lair.
I'm just not sure if Zumpy has even seen the 3rd hatchery yet with his probe.
Yeah, I don't think he knows its exact location, but he knows it's got to be 3 hatch. He saw like the lack of gas when he scouted it with the probe earlier. And I think at tier 1 they should be able to differentiate between the gas timings and work out when it's going to be 2 hatch or 3 hatch. So he's just going to play pretty standard. Oh, actually, maybe he does know where that 3rd hatch is. Look at those Zealots already going towards the 6 o'clock position there. Maybe
yeah, I was
going to take a guess.
Yeah, we see the Zealots coming out now, and this 3rd hatch is definitely not long for this world.
Yeah,
there's no way you can save it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's going to be if he can get this hatch, but there are lings coming out now. Link speed is done, so if he can hold on to this hatch and he gets all 5 Zealots, that's going to be a massive win for Zerg. I don't think, Protoss will need to absolutely trade efficiently here. And it looks like he's doing a pretty good starter set micro right here, pulling back those Zealots right into that little gap there, forcing more lings to be made. This is good because he's stopping the Zerg from just droning here. Free droning is not... Goose right here just wants to drone. He does not want to deal with the Zealot pressure right now. He wants to deal with the Zealots later when he's got like meters out. So this is a little bit painful. He's constantly forced to make Zerglings here, but it looks like these Zealots are going to stay pretty passive. But then again, Goose does not have like a strong enough like vision on like the Protoss main. So when the next group of Zealots come out, it could be a little bit disastrous because we're just going to have no intel of when anything's going to be coming out.
Yeah, I just want to say
that's just unfortunate. He moved out with those Zealots and just got caught.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I thought that hatchery was dead, like, 100%, but Goose proving me wrong, and he had a lot more Zerglings out faster than I thought. So, and
yeah, link speed is it's a good upgrade. It's a very good upgrade. Also, Just
I
feel free to interrupt me first, because I tend to just ramble a bit. I know this is like our first cast together, guys. So, you know, we're still getting used to each other. But just interrupt me, man.
Oh, I just wanted to say, like, yeah, I was trying to agree with you earlier. I mean, Zumpy's gonna basically lose all of these zealots for nothing. I know it did force drones, but I mean, force zerglings, sorry, instead of drones, but I still don't think it was worth it. I mean, I guess he did see the Mutalisk, um, those dying
Yeah,
zealots.
he sees the Mutalisk, but those cannons aren't up yet. There's no cannons in the natural defense at all, except for just like outside the ramp. He's only got one cannon. But I think one cannon's okay for 5 meter, but he does need a second one at the natural, because these meters are gonna be coming in and doing a bit of harassment here. But actually, he's been making enough Corsair. Probably not. Then he should be fine. He didn't get +1 on his Corsair, and he still isn't. I don't like this. I like it when the Protosses get +1 Corsair. I think it's a really solid upgrade. Forces the Zerg to get +1. Carapace.
Especially when
I
you're,
don't know.
getting so many Corsairs already, you might as well get the upgrade to benefit.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it just makes sense. Like, you've already invested all this money. But that is a massive blow that we just saw right there. We just lost every single meter for only one Corsair. So the Corsair count... Oh, he's not going to add Corsair, but he's going to be able to add so many more gateways and so many more zealots here. And Goose is going to be forced to remake his air units here to, like, even keep his overlords alive. Like, if Zumpy here can try and snuff out a couple of these overlords and just kill them, it'll put Goose in a really, really bad position. Unfortunately, I think Zumpy was a little bit slow on the reaction there, realizing what happened. And now the Scourge out, it's going to be really difficult unless he keeps adding Corsair here. These Corsair might just go down. Oh, just dodges the Corsair there. Very nicely done. Only one going down for one set of Scourge. That's good for Goose. That evens out the game a little bit there. And it gives Goose like a bit more air control in this game, which is going to be really useful for these +1 speed zealots that are going to be coming across the map. Actually, do we know if speed was researched? Because it's not researching right now. We need a zealot to move. Come on.
Yeah, it's
One
a
of
good
you
point.
boys
I
move.
definitely missed looking at the upgrades tab, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I'm not like a Protoss expert. Yeah, there we go. I think it should be done by now, but I wasn't 100% sure. So there we go. Zealot on the way, but Goose didn't quite have the Overlord coverage that he needed despite having air control. So these Zealots are going to go right across the map, but they're actually going to get found by these 2 Lings. These 2 Lings are actually heroes. If he can respond to this, he does have a sunken at home at both bases. He's got heaps of Hydra out, but this 4th H is in a bit of danger here. He hasn't got very much to hold it. His Middling's a little bit out of position here. I'm not too sure about focusing down the hatch because the hatch isn't actually finished and there's way too many enemies here. But we're going to be forced to back off anyway because we don't have our Corsair anymore, so...
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Like, Goose managed to snipe all the Corsairs, so it's ceding the air control back in Goose's favor. And also, like, Goose's drone count is insane. It's higher than the than the probes already, and like his supply is higher than the Protoss supply. Look, I'm no PvZ expert, but I thought like Protoss was supposed to have the higher supply in this matchup, right?
Yeah, you'd be right about that, man. Like it's something like that, you know. Usually you don't want 48 drones to 39 probes when you're Protoss, but hey, look, this has been those Scourge connections earlier on was a really, really strong like play for Goose. Like that was what he needed to just like take the next few minutes of this game. So he's done a really, really good job like with the air control this game. And Zumpy's he's gonna have to rely on this push a bit. He has an opportunity to get in here and do some damage, especially since Goose seems to be taking out of just making like a group of meter. So commonly here, you can just like make, if you kill like that many Corsair, you can just like make another group of meter or like a few more meter, and you can just deal with the Templar. So then when your Hydras move out, you just don't have any storms to deal with. Now, we still do have 6 meter, which is enough to pick off Templar and stuff. But there's also the risk that, you know, you can lose them all. But as I say that right now, one Templar goes down, a second Templar goes down. Those storms are not connecting. They are not where they need to be. So Corsairs come in, shoo the Muda away a little bit. But it looks like he's going to get a third Templar while the Corsair are distracted on an Overlord. That's so unfortunate. Although we did get a lot of value out of that Mutalisk. There's only one Templar remaining as he tries to push towards the center of the map. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this push as Protoss. Two storms versus like a massive Zerg army is not what you need right now. Even if you're not fighting against Lurker. You're still fighting against almost +1 Hydralisk here. That was a good storm. Unfortunately, losing the High Templar at the same time. And, I think Goose should have pulled a rally here, and he would have been able to clean up those goons there. But nevertheless, managed to push back the goons here, which is going to allow Goose to put a lot more pressure onto the third base. Like, this third base should not be going up at all. If Goose can put the pressure on here, he just needs to get across this map, work out his rallies and all his unit control here, and just like take down this third base.
Yeah, I think Goose's macro a little bit too strong. I feel like that move out from Zumpy, he had to really get something done, like maybe kill the fourth or something like that. But now it's just overwhelmingly the game in Goose's favor. He just has too much, and like his economy is too strong.
He basically needed every Templar alive and not lose a single one to Muta, especially when you're playing against a Zerg who took a fourth base that early. Because that fourth gas allows you to just buy so much more units, especially Lurkers. Although I think our Lurker upgrade's a tiny bit late, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that you could have Lurkers out by now if you hit all your timings, but not 100% sure there. So, where are we in this game? I think Protoss shouldn't have this third base. I think Goose is being a little bit too passive here. He's got his 1-1 against like 2-1 Protoss, which is insane for Zerg. Like having 1-1 at this time, he could just go in here and just destroy these Dragoons. He might have to, as long as he dodges the storms. If he doesn't dodge those storms, might be a different story. So here we go. He's finally ready to attack. The first storm hits a couple of Hydras, but it doesn't do too much damage. We'll see what the second storm can do if he can get it off. He's got 2 storms available, so he could. Nah, maybe he's lost too many goons here. Those are 2 very good storms, though. They did a lot of damage there, but just not enough to protect this base. Yeah, the trade was, like, if he had units behind this, the Protoss had units behind this, the trade would have been insane. Like, you would have just cleaned up with your Zealot goon, but losing that first army and then lose all those, like, low health goons from before, like, this third base was not going to be held. But he's already taken 12 o'clock. So just, when one goes down, just pop up another base, man. Just keep taking bases until he kills them all.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out there was like a hero like Zealot attack at the 2 o'clock, so Zumpy did kill Goose's hatchery there, but doesn't even matter. I mean, the 1 o'clock already has another hatchery up.
Damn. Just it's actually impressive, like the counter attack while your Nexus is already going down. Like, it takes a bit of coordination to pull off. Nice job, Zumpy. Unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out here. Yeah, he's just taking hatcheries all over the place, isn't he? I think this game is going to run its course pretty soon. I don't see Protoss being able to generate an economy that can outscale the Zerg here. We've got 62 drones to 33 probes. If Goose can, like, collect his thoughts a little bit here, get his units into position, he could just set up a really nasty lurker contain that will just end the game. The third base will help Zumpy, but I don't know, like, the probe count is still quite low. Like, the minerals he's going to get is not as great. Though he will have a lot of gas to play with.
Look at that vision from Goose. He sees like 75% of the map.
Yeah,
But
everything but that 12 o'clock base, ironically. Just everything but the one spot he needs is being covered.
and now we see a huge lurker field being morphed in here. Yeah, I think we're just waiting for the end here, to be honest. I know there's like
I think so too. Yeah, it's hard to picture Protoss getting out of this. Like, I think Goose just hasn't quite Goose is doing everything he needs to macro wise. Like he's getting his units out onto the field, but the control is always just a little bit too slow to really put the kill move in straight a little bit faster. You know what I mean? But that's fine. Like it's much better to just macro and just have more stuff than it is to put yourself under too much pressure trying to end the game too quickly. You can quite easily over control, which is much better to over macro than it is to over control, in my opinion.
I mean, like he's sitting back and not finishing the game, but there's no downside to sitting back because the longer he sits, the longer he'll be at a greater rate than Zumpy is. So
it's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I think this is the last hurrah for Zumpy. He's trying to come out and clear out this lurker field, but Goose is almost maxed out. It's like max army versus 80 supply. So I mean,
the Zerg has better upgrades than the Protoss, man. There's no way. This is not how ZVP is supposed to look. It's usually the Protoss is constantly ahead in upgrades, and the Zerg is trying to hit their timings to not die. Whereas in this case, it's just the complete opposite. Protoss is trying to bust with 5 goons. Yeah, it's just not a strong situation.
Yeah, I think Goose played a really, really strong macro game. His macro was out of control, honestly.
Yeah, that fourth hatch in particular just accelerated his entire build. It was really well done. I agree. I think his macro this game was absolutely on point. I like this cute little lurker attack up here. Just throw him in there. Why not? Getting down that third gas, quite painful.
He's running into the natural with the lurkers. He's trying to run past.
GG.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
GG
god.
Indeed.
The lurker white walk to end the game.
Lurkers everywhere, man. Lurkers in the third, lurkers in the nat. Soon to be lurkers in the main.
Monty P, thanks for the cheer. Appreciate it.
Incorporating adaptation into swarm.
Alright, who do we have next?
M0 tip cheered. Times
Oh,
100.
right, it's a series.
Feels
Isn't
okay,
it?
man, clap.
Sorry, guys, it's been a while. I haven't casted in quite a while.
Let me load up game 2. I actually don't have a good screen in between games, so I'm using my will be right back screen. Okay, next game is up. So this next game is going to be on Apocalypse. And let's get into it.
Alright, Zesky, can you solo cast for a bit? I'll just be right back real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Good luck, have fun, good game.
Without fail every single time.
And looks like we have Gooseheaded on the left side of the map. And Zumpy on the right side. Yeah, Gooseheaded...
Again, it's the pink versus red Protoss.
Should we change the colors? Maybe make it a little bit easier to see on the menu-map. I'll switch the colors.
I can see it fine. What's the
Maybe a little bit better for the stream.
It's up to you. You're observing. Do whatever makes you yeah, there we go. Red versus blue.
It feels to me like Gooseheaded is just such a strong player. He's just slightly better at macro. You know, he gets ahead slowly. It's very hard to play against that.
He understands just what you need to do to get by with 3-hatch meter, which is good to see. He's been practicing a lot from what I've seen, especially with Nagna and all that. So it's good. It's good to have people that are like practicing all the time. They're just trying to get their build down, not trying to do anything clever or cheeky. Just, you know, they've got their plan. They're just going to macro their way to victory. It's really scary, man. When you get those macro bot type players, it feels like no matter what you can do, they just always got another 20 or 30 units behind it, ready to beat whatever you're about to throw at them. And it's a good first step, especially for a CPL player. It's a good first step into getting in higher ranks.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit scary when he suddenly lost 5 mutas for nothing, or like for 1 Corsair at the beginning. But that it ended up not being too bad for him.
Yeah, I think the Corsair's just going down like that, trying to look for overlords across the map. Yeah, it was a really risky move, especially if you weren't making Corsairs behind it. If he was making Corsairs behind it and then he put the pressure on, it might have been a little bit better. Because then if you get away with the Corsairs, you just got more Corsair to help deal with the Scourge.
Oh, Goose playing with fire here with that drone, getting 2 shots off the Zealot.
Yeah, he's trying. It's pretty cute. Unfortunately, not gonna work out. Needs to keep that drone alive. But here we have actually 12 hatch on APOC, which I think is an interesting choice, having gone overpull on Tempest. Tempest is a much better map to go 12 hatch. It's large. The rush distance is even closer, quite far. Yeah.
Was it actually on 12 and not on 11? Wow, that's pretty ballsy.
I think it was 12, yeah, based on like the ling popping out here.
Ooh.
They're popping out just in time, which usually means it's 12. If it's 11, I think it comes a little bit faster. But I'm sure I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't do 12 hatch anymore. It's just too scary.
Yeah, it can be quite... It's quite difficult to deal with cannon rushes. I think against gate FE, it's pretty standard. Like, you get the lings out on time, it's fine. As long as you don't go like 12 pull or 13 pull or something, you should be fine. Well, I don't think 13 pulls will build, but you know what I mean. Like, as long as you don't delay that pull, you should be okay to deal with those zealots that are popping out. Because it's only 1. They'll only ever have 1 at the standard time, unless it's... Yeah, even against 2 gate, I don't think they can have more than zealot. Getting a little bit of damage here on the gateway. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Zealot's going to come up and harass. Yep. Oh, that... Okay, good. The cannon did, in fact, retap.
Goose's build paid off because Zumpy only got one drone kill with that. And he lost both the Zealot and the Probe. I mean, he got like 2... I think it was like 2 Zerglings after as well with the Zealot, but I don't think it was worth it, right?
I think it's okay. Getting 1 drone is even. Getting no drones is bad. I think that's how the maths works. Getting 2 drones is detrimental to Zerg. It's like that. It's a little bit like Maaaaxaxa in a way where it's like, well, you don't want to lose any, but if you're going to lose any, like 1 is like the max you want to lose. It's like that mixture between the aggression and like ecoing pretty hard. That's what gate FE sort of is, to my knowledge anyway.
3, you see the Zealot move out again.
Yeah, Zealot's going across the map here.
Zumpy looking to get something done, but I don't think this can get anything done though. Goose is already making a ton of Zerglings. I feel like it's just going to be a donation. He turns back wisely. If they get caught out, the Zerglings do have speed. If these Zealots get caught out, it would be huge pickup for Goose.
Oh, and he's not pulling his extra Zealots either, so these Zealots actually might just get caught out here. He might have to trade really efficiently. I would have found a nice little mineral patch to call home and then trade out that way, but this is really good for Goose here. getting these zealots are quite... Every zealot you get here is just reducing the attack, the amount that are attacking you later on with speed and +1. So this is, yeah, really, really strong hit for Goose.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he had to pull those 2 zealots to help in the fight. If he had like pulled the 2 zealots and fought at that, you know, that small ramp, like underneath where the zerglings are, I think he could have probably saved the zealots, but didn't turn out that way. So definitely Goose in a good position.
Instead, we're going to have a game very similar to Tempest, where we lost our first few zealots, but maybe we can get it back with the Corsair. Maybe. The Scourge are on the way here. I don't think this Corsair is going to be able to do any damage at all, really. This spy timing is really solid. It's good to see. You'll often see Zerg just like not be able to get their spy down on time, and then it's really difficult to do. To really you just lose Overlords of free. It's really sad, pretty much.
Oh, look at that, 6 hatcheries coming up for Goose already.
Yep.
Goose really likes that macro style.
Yeah. 3 hatch meter is probably one of the best macro builds you can do. Other than maybe gasless Hydra build or whatever. 5 hatch Hydra or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know my Zerg build orders, man. I only know 3 hatch Spire because it's the only ZVP build I do.
That's better than me. I only know 4-quill. Does that even count?
Sure does, man. Sure does. I'll count it. As a fellow off-race Zerg. Alright. So the Scourge, checking out the Corsair count here. This is really good. Seeing that there isn't +1 spinning, there isn't a second Stargate, there's no like sort of shenanigans going on. It's just going to be a pretty standard Zealot move out, which he's already got his mutas for, and he's already pushing back. So already getting the air control quite quickly. But I would be adding Scourge here to deal with these Corsairs, because this is where it gets a little bit dicey when you've got like a low number of Scourge and you're trying to push back these Corsair.
Oh, he gets one. That was huge.
That's really big.
Definitely
need to start adding Corsair here. Really needs to add Corsair. While adding Muta of his own, I like this decision. I really do. Although we don't have a Hydrogen from what I see.
Look at that drone count. 42 drones already, the 40 probes. Goose is out of control. I honestly feel like if Zumpy can't get something done in the next couple minutes, it's going to be a repeat of the last game. The macro's just going to be out of control. He's going to get overrun.
Yeah, especially since Zumpy tends to cut probes a tiny bit early. So that's not great for Protoss, but yeah, Goose is really good at just holding off the Protoss so he can just get those drones out and then just start macroing. Really, really good stuff here. Yeah, just look at the way he's controlling the Zealots here, just like forcing them to go back into base and not leave. This is what a lot of Protoss struggle with, just dealing with these Mutalisks here. And the more you can just keep the Protoss away from your base and you can just do whatever you want as Zerg, the better position you're going to be in.
That seems to be so good as well. Like the 2 Zealots getting nothing done at 6 o'clock, and who's cleaning up that one single Zealot at the 8 o'clock.
2 Evo chambers going down. Both of them are just researching. He actually put them down at the same time, or at least started researching at the same time. Hydra Den finally down and getting movement. Tons of mutas are out. This is just a scary amount of muta. This is the amount of muta where you could just fly in, and I think we're about to see it, just fly in and start picking off High Templar right under, and they're all perfectly stacked.
Yeah, disaster for the Protoss, unfortunately.
There were some good storms, but unfortunately 3 Templar go down. Oh, flies into the Scourge by accident. Did not do any patrol micro there or anything. And then the final Templar going down for all the Mutalisk. But it's worth, every High Templar has gone down, so that's an entire timing now lost. How does Protoss really take their third base now? There's no way to leave the map. that like those 5 Templar might as well have just been goons. Like he could have had 12 goons by now. Instead, he just lost all the Templar.
Yeah, comes out.
It's a
getting,
really bad spot for Protoss.
It's himself getting also like drawn off and picked off. A lot of damage onto them. I guess Zumpy still has his like 5 Corsairs, but he's gonna run him over the Hydralisk.
Oh,
He
damn,
loses
man.
one.
Zumpy's just not having the game, is he? This is just not it.
Yeah, everything that can go wrong is going wrong. If he, okay,
Yeah,
at least he
it's one
saves
of those
like,
games.
yeah, he saves that one more Corsair. Looks like he's trying to go for an expansion, which I guess he has to, right? Because as you said, he
Yes,
lost
you
his
have
time and
to.
he's got no Templar, so.
You need gas. That's just what you need at this point. You've lost so much gas already. Like, those 5 Templar was such a large investment. He needs gas. He needs to just get another base up. I do like these 2 DTs here. If you can just sneak them into the 4th base and just, like, shut that down, he'll be able to very easily hold his Nexus. He'll be forced to pull lots of units back to defend it, which will make it much easier to defend that 3rd base, which hopefully he gets able to hold. But this is the scary bit here, especially on Apocalypse, because of how far the 3rd base is. The Hydra can just ignore your army and just go straight for your natural. And just start, like, tearing into your natural defenses here. And that wall is, it's good for keeping Hydras out, is one way to put it.
Looks like DTs are intercepted, so they'll do no damage whatsoever. It was a good attempt by the Silent Assassins, but okay, hold that thought. Who's going in? Hitting the
It's a
3rd.
really good storm.
Yeah, that was not the play, I don't think, for Goose, though. He's gonna lose all the Hydras. But, like, does it even matter, though? Like, he's got so many drones, and...
He has a lot of drones. He has a lot of Hydras, too, but they're just not where he needs them to be. He needs to set those rally points a little bit better. Just to, like, be able to rally his units. But he actually didn't cancel the Nexus, if you see that. It's got, like, the rubble on the ground, so... That's 400 minerals down, and the Nexus timing delayed. So that ended up being insanely good for Goose. Not necessarily, like, efficient in resources, but just further putting the Protoss behind, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that was really necessarily a good fight, but he did manage to get that Nexus, and seeing as that he's already ahead, he can, like, take those kind of poorer fights.
Yeah, and they sting way more for Protoss at this point. Just compounding that loss. And this is also a bit painful here, morphing lurkers right outside the Protoss without any protection. Yeah, that's don't do that one at home.
A little bit bold. But I would like to, like, say again, like, Goose, like, he always keeps his resources low. Like, his macro is just so good.
I just
It's
realized we
not-
don't have reward speed. That's not good, but luckily we dealt with those Dark Templar earlier, so it shouldn't be hugely impactful this game. Yeah, once again, like the Protoss upgrades are behind the Zerg upgrades. Like it's 1-1 Protoss to 1-1 Zerg. This is just, it's too strong if Zerg has equal upgrades at this stage of the game. They just have way too much power behind these early tier units. And yeah, that's why this attack's just going to do so well. He's going to be able to push the Protoss back into his base, and every single unit's going to go down here, and then third base isn't even saturated yet, so the Nexus will probably go down yet again.
Yeah. Oh, these Zealots. Okay, he was lucky, like, Goose unburrowed. That could have been like a free donation. But yeah, Goose attacking the 3rd now. Overwhelming amount of units. Again, Goose's macro just really shining through, and he might be able to take down this. I don't know. It's going to be close, but look at that. Look at that red coming across the minimap. Like, even if this force doesn't do it, this like next a wave of Zerg will do it. He'll be able to get the Nexus for sure. And if this 3rd goes down, I think it's going to be lights out for Zumpy. This is his last hope.
I think so, yeah. I think it was already going to be a very uphill battle, but losing the Nexus for a second time, I think it's pretty much, this is game over. I think there's a cracklings as well, so already getting into his hive tech. Yeah, this is just not looking strong. Started overlord speed just in time.
Yeah, it doesn't even need overlord speed.
Yeah.
Wow. 66 drones. Look at that.
And
Nice.
oh
Taking
well,
bait
I like
there.
Zombie. Better luck next time, I guess. Yeah, look, that's just a massive group of Ling Hydra Lurker that's just walking across the map. And Goose doesn't even need to respect anything anymore. He can just like walk in past those wide walk past the cannon straight into the main. Just like start doing so much damage here.
Right. Yeah, he has total control of the map, total control of the game. I mean, economic
Of the game, yeah, I was gonna
economy
say.
and
Like,
military wise, both. Yeah. Every time
absolute
making an attack,
control.
but it's uphill in like upper ramp into a lurker field right now, so that's definitely not going to do anything.
Yeah. These situations are especially on Apocalypse. There's just no way to turn around. Especially on Apocalypse. Like this high ground just favors lurker fields so much. Desperately trying to restart this third base, but as soon as Goose could just like get enough units out, because he's floating a bit of money here, but he's taking like bases all over the map. As soon as they all come online, he's just gonna have so many units and just gonna crush Protoss. Not really gonna be anything much about it.
Yeah, this third is like too little, too late. Honestly, even if he gets it up, there's no universe where he can come back. And yeah, Goose going in for a finishing blow. Huge amount of Zerg units flooding in. And GG comes
GG.
from
GG.
That's all she wrote.
Really well played by Gooseheaded. By Zumpy as well, but yeah, Gooseheaded is just on another level.
Yeah, I think Goose is ready for 2-0 there. That was some really strong game.
GG.
GG indeed. Okay, let's go to the next game then. Next game is gonna be a TVP. Hold on just a second. Need to open up the list of matches. Just to see which player belongs to which team. Okay, there we go. The next game is up. So yeah, that's a 1-0 for Big Click Energy.
Nice work, Goose. Getting that first point on the board. Hopefully his team can capitalize on this momentum.
So next game is going to be... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, definitely a really solid first series coming out from Goose, definitely.
So we're going to go over to a TVP. On Big Click Energy's side, it's going to be Hacker J23. I actually am not familiar with him at all. The game is up, Zesky. And on Horse Emoji's side, it's going to be Gurthang. I'm also not too familiar with him, actually. Maybe one of you is, but I'm not sure I've seen his game before, so... Alright, let's get started.
I'm actually a little bit familiar with both. I played Hacker J a lot, and he's on my team. Really good Terran player. I think Gurthang, a couple of CPLs back, I played him in a series. Like, this was a while back, though, so... Alright, in the top right, we have the heel Terran, James Bond 23, also known as Hacker J. And on the bottom left, we have Gurthang. That's like blue, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry about that. Let me switch the colors. Yeah, it was a yellow on the minimap just a moment. Yeah, I was editing the names, but it's... Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, it's James Bond is Hacker J23, top right corner, and then the bottom left it's Gurthang, the Protoss. Gurthang playing a 4-horse emoji. Let's see if you can get a point on the board for them. Yeah, tell me a little bit about these players, because I'm not familiar with them.
Well, I only really know James Bond because again I've played him a lot and he's on my team. As I stated earlier, I think I played Gurthang in a series a couple CPLs back. It was pretty good Protoss. But what I really wanted to like get into is that I know that James Bond or Hacker J, he's got this build where he just like he opens like 10-10 and he gets one vulture, then he double expands off it with mines.
Oh,
I
I'd
don't
love
know
to
if-
see that.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll do it in this. Oh, he is doing it. Like, we take 10 SCVs, yeah. So you'll
Oh, I
probably be able
can't
to see it.
wait. I'm so excited. So excited for this.
It seems like it doesn't work, but I've seen him do it a couple times when he streams, and a lot of the times when the Protoss sees the first vulture, they turn around with their Dragoon, and then like once he like lays the mine, they're kind of scared to pressure, so he gets away with like 3 command centers, and the 3rd command center is proxied.
Oh, so he like hides at third base. Damn, that is some sneaky Darren stuff right there.
Yeah, it's like a ninja 3rd. But yeah, we'll see if Gurthang can sniff out what James Bond is doing, and be able to counter it.
See if he's done his research. I would be. It looks like it's going to be standard play from Gurthang.
Yeah, a little bit late on that pylon. It's going to get the supply blocked. They can't even build a Dragoon, so this will favor James Bond massively.
Yeah, especially with this 10 gas, because look, that factory is already halfway done. It's only 247. That Vulture's going to be popping out, like, starting at least at 3. It's going to be such a massive advantage. But range is starting right here, which is good. Oh, he cancelled range? Oh, he's going to go rangeless. This is not good. Alright, well, he's going to be having the fight of his life this game. Absolutely. Especially with, like, the tank coming out later on with this build. This is just going to be a really rough match. I'd be putting down a second gate. See if he can work it out. Oh, no, he goes Robo. Oh, no.
Yeah, James Bond.
Hopefully he goes Reaver.
That might actually ironically counter what James Bond is doing, but James Bond will get a full scout off, and his first vulture is out. Let's see if he's going to send a proxy SCV out to...
Oh, I didn't quite see the Robo, unfortunately, but... And it would be too early for a second unit as well, so... Yeah, he doesn't quite have the complete information that he wanted, but he might be able to sneak in with the Zealot. It is Tempest after all. You can just sneak right past this Dragoon, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Even getting the probe on the way. Nice work. Oh, he turned around?
The vulture, yeah.
Wow, okay. That's...
Okay. James Bond should be getting that, like, he should be coming out with an SCV now, right? To get his 3rd, if he's doing that build. And it looks like he is doing it. You can see the 3rd SCV coming out.
Oh, wow. Where's it going to go? It's not ninja. Oh, no. It goes past the regular base. Never mind.
Probably going to be
definitely
like
ninja now. This SCV's on a mission right here. Start a new life elsewhere.
Yeah, so like look how greedy this build is. No tanks. He goes mines and speed. Like this is incredibly risky and greedy, but somehow it works, you know. Like at least sometimes.
I thought he was actually gonna push with the tank, given like what he saw, but I guess because he didn't see the Robo, yeah, he just like opted for what you said earlier.
Yeah, it's his go-to build now. That's what he told me. But look at Gurthang's build as well. Citadel coming down, and then Stargate. It's gonna be two base arbiter.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy expanding off just like one Dragoon and now a second one finally going down. You could almost like just take a, at this point, you'd almost just take a third Nexus off Dragoons. Like, he's just not making them. But instead, we're going to get all our tech buildings. Stargate coming down now. Archive should be going down pretty shortly.
Oh, look at this probe. It's going to, like, it's going to scout his ninja base. Because he's trying to take a third off, like, the two goons, like what you were saying, but it's gonna end up seeing that ninja base.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit painful,
Wow.
but how's he actually going to attack it? I mean, he's only got two goons on the map.
Yeah, that's
How do you
kinda
actually attack this ninja base? Like, you can find it, sure, but there's absolutely no way to put pressure on it. Especially, like these 4 vultures with mines will just hold back those goons, but at least he knows about it.
It looks like James Bond's gonna try to save his command center, but little does he know, there's nothing to fear. Like,
yeah.
but
That's just
you know,
the paranoia is getting to him, man. He's just not sure. But he's got mines everywhere. Like, he should be able to detect that there's nothing coming at him. But I guess like he's just gonna be safe rather than sorry.
yeah, he's trying to cut his losses. It's crazy to me because both of these players are being so greedy, but in different ways. You know, like James Bond's being so greedy economically, and then Gurthang is being so greedy, like, build-wise.
Tech-wise, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Gotta pick off that observer. But I kind of feel like Gurthang already, he knows what James Bond is doing, right? Since he saw that, like, ninja third.
And I'm surprised James Bond hasn't like had alarm bells going off for a lack of third from Protoss. Like, he only just cleared out the Vulture at a potential third base, but he's got mines at all the third bases. Like, I would be panicking right now. I'm like, oh no, what sort of 2-base tech is he going? And I would just be gearing up for whatever it is. In this case, it's going to be 2-base Arbiter. But he's just like continuing to macro out of 2 factories. Started his +1 now. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like the Arbiter here should be able to do a lot of damage. It's about to... I mean, it'll be a while before Recall's, like, actually a threat yet, but I hope James Bond switches gear sometime soon.
Yeah, he really needs to start preparing for this, or at least, like, trying to figure out what Gurthang is doing. And I completely agree with what you're saying. He basically has vision of all the bases, and if the Protoss isn't expanding, it's either like two base carrier,
Yeah,
or two-base
man.
Arbiter, right? So you got to be like get ready for that.
I would just, as a Terran myself, like, I would just be screaming, like, what are you doing, man? Like, where's your base? What are you doing, bro? Like, what tech are you doing? What sort of attack are you planning to do against me? And I'd be so worried.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's
like
finally taking his third.
Yeah, if he can like survive though long enough, he's gonna have a commanding lead. Like, look at his economy.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we're already starting to see the fruits of that. I think because the third was so early that he could just go up to 6 factory now and just sort of... oh, actually, I'd go up to 9. And there's no reason not to, right? You've already got the third base, so just go up to 9 fact and just start pumping units out as fast as possible. But I think the biggest thing here, the biggest threat is just like a recall when you're already across the map. Like, I would be putting down those mines in my base before I left, scanning to see his tech. I'm not sure if he did scan the tech there. I didn't quite check, but...
He did. Yeah, I was gonna like mention that after. He did scan the tech, so he does know it's coming. Looks like Gurthang denying that third. That's really good for James Bond. But James Bond... Oh, look, he's getting a 4th already. Wow, on the low ground. He should be able to save this command center, though. He has enough units. Especially...
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna abandon it. And it's served its purpose. He's just gonna make another one and just move on. Which... I don't know, I don't think there's that many goons. Like, with the amount of tanks that he has, he could have saved that base. I would have saved it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mistake. He might still be able to, though.
He might still be able to, yeah, look at that. Oh, nah, the goons are going to go into the fray for this one.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake coming out from James Bond, I think, and a little bit of slipping on his macro bit. Like he feel like he could have like continued macroing when all this was happening. I know it's hard to split your attention, but a little bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it all adds up in games like this where it's a little bit like with the where it's already a little bit fine dice with like the whole Arbiter thing coming out soon, which speaking of which is now at nearly 140 energy, so roughly 12 minutes, just quite early. It's like a whole minute early for a recall standard. Is just going to fly in here and do some damage, but I don't know with what units though. I'm now thinking to myself, like we're really low on supply from Gurthang.
Yeah, he's got like a skeleton crew. Like if he recalls in there, he might just recall all the units to their death, even if there's no
I-
mines. It's like there's just not enough.
Emphasis on skeleton crew. This is like just a rib cage at the moment compared to what Protoss usually has.
Dude,
And
look at James Bond, like getting his fourth right away already. This guy expands like a Zerg.
he does, man. He just doesn't follow the rules. There's no mines. There's no nothing. If the Protoss, the way to beat this though is just to keep on top of your scouting. If Protoss could just like be vigilant with scouting and show up the Terran not do anything, this would fall apart. But unfortunately, Gurthang is put all his attention onto this attack, which could work. The tanks are out of position here. I don't know. What do you think, FirstLaw?
Yeah, definitely. The tanks are definitely out of position, but fortunately for Hacker, he does see the force. Like that mine, and that was a huge mine. That was like a nuclear mine. Like it hit so many units. But yeah, he's already repositioning, so I think he's
Okay,
gonna be
yeah. I
okay.
think we're safe now. I think we're quite safe now. We've got the depot wall coming up. Well, I'd like some mines on like that left side, like high ground, next to his
The fourth?
upper third base.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. You really gotta like defend all available like paths to attack. Protoss armies are so mobile; they can easily swing around. So you
Yeah,
really gotta like
exactly.
be on top of things. I mean, I would also like to see James Bond put some recall defense in his main, right? I mean, he saw the arbiter, like he knows it's coming.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen an attempted recall at all. Like that's usually the fast arbiter is going to be a stasis timing, like a really fast stasis timing, or recall with zealots to try and do as much damage. But the arbiter sitting here with max energy, no timing has really been attempted, and we're sitting here with less bases than Terran, which is never a good sign for Protoss. So we're behind here by quite a bit with the fast tech timing that we didn't utilize, and then behind in macro. Like it's not looking great, but perhaps with like the arbiter count, just like a really high arbiter count, when the Terran does eventually move out, we can just get like a really strong trade. There's always the opportunity for just multiple stasis trade. And Terran's
Yeah,
also quite behind on his upgrades too, right? Compared to up Terran or something.
yeah, yeah, and like just going off that thing that you were talking about Protoss earlier, he went for a fast tech build, but then didn't use the fast tech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of defeats the purpose of doing that. But Gurthang is getting close to max out, and you know what? Hold that thought. It looks like he's going to make an attack, but oh, this is like the worst area to attacking. There's just a depot wall, and there's so many units in control. One storm goes off, damages two front tanks, but I don't think it's enough. Will he get a stasis down? Loses that arbiter without even a stasis.
Big storm on the mineral line right there. They're getting a few SCVs there. Zealots are not quite used up yet though, and they are out of mines right now. So these Zealots could do quite a bit of damage if you can get them on top of those tanks. Unfortunately, it looks like he stasis the front few tanks and didn't quite manage to get the Zealots in. But he is going to damage some of those tanks there. Quite a few storms going out on top of those tanks. So he did thin the tank out there, but unfortunately he's out of Zealots now. And now he's just going to start bleeding goons. He needs to start backing up now. Unfortunately, we didn't back up. And yeah, we paid the price there. But that was almost, I think, a really good attack because the Terran was out of mines. And a lot of those tanks were like really far in the back. And he had lots of Zealots. Unfortunately, we just like attacked those. We broke the depot wall, but then we lost a lot of units in the process.
Yeah, actually, that went a lot better than I thought it would. Like, he attacked into basically the worst possible area you can attack into. There was a complete wall there with a ton of tanks, but he managed to. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good trade, but I mean, it wasn't complete disaster, so definitely still in the game. But I will point out that James Bond's supply is now higher than the Protoss supply, and that was chiefly due to that attack. And wow, he's 71 SCVs. Too many SCVs now.
Yeah, well, I think we need to start thinking about a 5th base here from James Bond, though, with that many SEVs. And we also need to, like, spread the love a little bit. I mean, he's got almost nothing at his 4th base. We did storm a lot, but there's just, like, oversaturation at the nat and the main. But the Protoss is finally working on his 5th base, so it looks like, although he lost, like, 2 arbors, which is a lot of his, like, early tech gone now. He's got like his economy coming back up, and if he can manage to like take another corner of the map, and he'll just be like booming in terms of macro.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely agree. Losing those 2 arbiters in the fight was also pretty huge. So I think James Bond definitely needs another factory. He only has 8 factories. He could definitely afford like even up to 10, you know, with what he has now. Vulture run by. He's gonna get any probes.
He's targeting those goons. Don't target those goons. Target those probes. Get those probes, man. Ah.
Yeah. Oh, these mines
Oh,
go
wait,
off.
hold on. Oh, didn't get off. That's unfortunate. That would have been massive if that mine exploded next to those probes.
Yeah. A little bit unfortunate for James Bond there, but I like the idea. I like the attempt.
It was a good try. It was a very good try. Noble effort.
Gurthang getting up there in supply again. Maybe thinking to do another attack. He has his army like split across the map, which is actually okay for now. Like if you split your army as Protoss, when you're not attacking, they can be good for kind of like intercepting vultures that run around and lay mines. You only really need it together when you're gonna make an attack, or when the Terran's gonna make an attack, right? Then you gotta hold your army back together. I like how he has these like units like stationed to capture any stray vultures
Yeah,
moving
it's
around.
all the points of entry are sort of that aren't covered by cannons are sort of covered by army, which is really done. And he's got 2 groups protecting this base that he's now putting up as well. Like it's really good army positioning. But I
This
think it's
is
time to
really
fold that army as we hit that 200 mark and just start trading again.
Yeah, this is really risky, his newest Nexus though, because it's so close to the Terran, and the Terran can easily, you know, push into it. So it's a little bit too risky.
Yeah.
An Arbiter flying 2 to 3 o'clock. I think he's gonna go for a recall. It is spotted by the vultures. Let's see. And I think he does notice it. He moved those vultures. Can he stop the recall? Ooh, there's a ton of turrets in some mines though. Let's see.
I was about to say, yeah, like there's a lot of turrets and there's mines, almost like a baiting at this point. We really wants him to recall there. I think this arbor is better to be used on a stasis at this point. I think Pro should think less about trying to bust the Terran at this point and just work on the Terran's expansions. If you can stop top left and 12, like the 12 o'clock's position there, or I guess more 11 o'clock, but if he can stop those 2 bases up there, he will be in a much better position, and the Terran, it will be on the Terran to regain bases rather than the Protoss to try and bust. So I think that's where he should be like focusing his attention. Like both their attention should be focused on the next few Terran bases rather than trying to bust the Terran here and working on defending a bust.
I would like to point out though, like James Bond does have 2-2, and his attack is also like on the way, while the Protoss only has 1-0-0. So James Bond's army is gonna hit like a brick. Well, it was a good EMP.
A massive EMP. Massive. Got the Templar as well. All these units are just going to quickly melt very fast. And he is responding to this quick Terran move out. I would be sieging those tanks right here. You have really good. Mines are going down right there to block those zealots from out. There isn't actually too many zealots here yet, but that was a massive stasis that just went off, blocking. And oh, another huge stasis. I think that's like 12 units right there, all sealed off. Fortunately, the Terran, it's formed like a little bit of a wall, so he might be able to siege behind this wall to deal with these Dragoons. But
Yeah, there's
unfortunately, no
as well.
Zealots.
Yeah, to really deal with this. So James Bond
Yeah,
moving up
like
with the tanks.
especially if he had Zealots there, those mines would have helped him out heaps. But unfortunately, another stasis going out. Only getting 2 tanks this time. That's a lot of unit stasis. That hurts to see. It's Terran, but yeah, that's the power of Arbiter, man. When you just make Arbiters, just keep stasising units. And here, Terran needs to pull the rally to like get out, but yeah, the Zealots have dried up, so it just sort of they're just gonna come out of their stasis and just sort of kill everything.
Yeah, Gurthang doesn't want to lose those arbiters, although they take a long time to build, and I mean they're not cheap. I mean he has a lot of money, but still, and losing all those arbiters for like he's lost like 3 of them already, and he had 5 before, so he's gonna lose another one. So definitely not what you want.
It's just not what you want, man. Like you need to keep that Arbiter count alive. That's especially since he doesn't have like another main yet with a lot of gateways. He doesn't have a large Templar count yet. Like these Arbiters are really everything that he has against a 3-2 mech player. And he just lost another one yet again.
Yeah, and he only has 1 Stargate, so it's not like he's cranking them out like 2 by 2. So
He definitely should be putting down another Stargate. He's got more than enough money to do that.
oh yeah, for sure. I think the game is actually slowly falling into James Bond's favor. Kind of feels like he's really like amassed. Okay, he's got 80 SCVs. That's way too many. I mean, you only want about 60, honestly, especially when you have this huge of a bank.
I wouldn't
But
just say favor. I would also say just James Bond victory. I mean, this is slowly becoming a win condition for Terran. Like, he's just got. Look at the supply count, man. Like, it's just that's insane for Terran at this point. And that expo that you said earlier, like that risky expo that he took, like how is he going to hold on to it without all those arbiters and all those units? Like, there's just no way. Those tanks are really beefy now. They do a lot of damage.
yeah, James Bond has a maxed out army. It's like fully upgraded, and still only like 1-0 on the Protoss army. And he doesn't really have any higher tech. He's got like some Templars, but that's not enough. He's gonna attack uphill into the Siege Terran army. That was like an amazing storm, but it's just not enough, you know?
Yeah, a couple of really good storms there, but yeah, it's just too little too late at this point. The Terran's just got a tank count. I think he's got like 24 plus tanks, which is just insane. He just and the Protoss just doesn't have any tech or upgrades to really deal with this. This is why Protoss upgrades is really important as well. Just when you get into this 3-2 stage against mech, you need to have upgrades as Protoss. Your Arbiter tech and your Templar tech strong. You definitely want to get those, but as you macro and you have this many bases, there's no reason to have upgrades rolling as well. You've got so much money in the bank.
Yeah. I would like to also agree that James Bond has probably got this game in the bag, but it is Protoss, and he still has a lot of money in bases, so still can come back, but not like this though. He's gonna attack into
Definitely not like this.
a massive army.
This is a good I think the idea was really good here. Attacking on both sides. He actually did it quite well considering like how far behind he is. Like, he's gonna be able to clean up a lot of these tanks. Maybe we'll go down to like 2 or 3 tanks remaining. He manages to push the Terran off the center a little bit here, which will make the Terran hesitant to push into the rest of the map. But then again, like, this isn't a win condition for Protoss. This is just a small skirmish in the grand scheme of things. And he really needs a big blow to the Terran economy before he can really take this. Oh, did he dematrix a Zealot? Damn. A Zealot died almost instantly, even with the dematrix. Terran does a lot of damage, huh?
Got a huge Congo line of tanks. I mean, I think Gurthang he's trying to do what he can, but it's just like he's upgraded, like fully upgraded and back. It's just it's just not doing anything. Like his Protoss units are just too weak at this point. I don't think he.
It's so brutal, man. They're so brutal. He's only just now taking another main, but he's only got 2 gates there. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, like
Terran's split map at this point is just way too strong. There's just way too much money in this economy for Terran.
Yeah, that's correct. He's got too much economy, and also like the trades are going to be too inefficient without any upgrades or higher tech.
Exactly. And it doesn't look like Gurthang is actually trying to purchase any of that either, so he's just really going to struggle with this gateway, man, over and over again.
Yeah, and he's going to have like trouble actually maxing out soon. His bank is drying up. I mean, 1.8k looks like a lot. That's 18 zealots, you could say, but in the grand scheme of things, look at James Bond. He's got 7.4k minerals in the bank.
Yeah, it's a very large bank. You can almost buy out the Protoss at this point to stay in the game.
Yeah, Gurthang can maybe max out one more time. Well, if even that, looks like a small group is coming down to the bottom right, gonna like deny that base. That actually never got up anyway, but
Yeah, it's 300 minerals. Oh, including the
feels like
cannons even more.
it feels like James Bond is just gonna starve him out at this point. Like Gurthang's trying to make these attacks, but every trade that like Gurthang makes right now, even if he clears out bottom right, it's still worth it for James Bond. James Bond can afford to lose the units while Gurthang can't.
Exactly right. And he's even putting the D matrices on just to like make it even more efficient, trade even better. You might even kill everything here and like, wow, maybe
He
not.
traded super efficiently.
But that's yeah, just that cost the Protoss way more than it cost the Terran, and James Bond could just push back there again with like his maxed out army. Like he's maxed out. Like he's the one who wants to trade, not the Protoss. The Protoss wants to keep building a force here. Another Arbiter goes down. It's just yeah, bleeding way too much here. I think we're towards the end of this match.
Yeah, I don't see a way back, unfortunately, for Gurthang. I liked the two base arbiter, and I kind of feel like you don't see that much out of Protoss, so that was kind of cool to see. But unfortunately, he didn't really get any like damage done with it. And yeah, James Bond expanding like a Zerg, taking so many bases, and his economy just a little bit too big.
It was a really strong like opener, like the mines and then just mine triple expand on tin gas. When the Protoss went robo even, but just couldn't keep up with that sneaky hidden third. Like really done by James Bond, especially on a map like Tempest. This hidden stuff is just so powerful in this map. GG is called.
GG. Good game. Well played.
Curious to see what James Bond will pull out on Apocalypse, actually.
Had a little bit of a Brute Wars weird moment right there. Like halfway through the game, the music just stopped for some reason, and I couldn't get it back. Like the Brute War music.
Very strange.
The music just ended, so...
You wanted to play X-Files music instead.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to get Nebline to make a Brood Wars and Mystery part. Was it part 9 now? With the music cutting off?
I've lost track. Hopefully the music comes back for this game.
Yeah, the music is back now, but
always...
that was kind of weird. It's never happened to me. Okay.
Boot up YouTube and then put on Terran. What was it? Terran 2?
Terran. Well, all the Terrans are good. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this is gonna go.
Man. Even for our ZVP and all that, just play Terran music.
Okay,
Cool.
looks like we have blue versus blue. It's Gurthang on the left side. And James Bond on the right.
Yeah, the map is Apocalypse, as mentioned earlier. Zesky, what do you think about this map, TVP? I know people say like, you know, it's good for Terran, but for the life of me, I don't think it is. I really don't like this
I'm
map.
just saying this is a good map for Terra, man. They need to leave CPL. That's a very wrong take. This is
By the
This is,
way, just a quick message to Shimmer. Yeah, the scoreboard was actually wrong just now for the previous game. Sorry about that. I forgot to reset the score back to 0-0, but now it's correct. It's 1-0 for Hacker J. Please continue with the Teregi talk.
it's just gonna be more.
I got two
propaganda,
Terran
man.
co-casters here.
It's just gonna be more Terran propaganda, man. But, happy to oblige. Yeah, Apocalypse is a really bad map for Terran. It's basically like Ascension in that way, where like you've got your high ground third right outside your third, like high ground outside your third. It's like what do you call it? The choke is not a ramp. It's all flat ground, making it really difficult to deal with ranged units. It's also really wide, so blocking zealots and zerglings. Yeah, this is not a Terran-friendly map. Whoever designed this map didn't have Terran in mind. Terran was not on the agenda.
Yeah, also in the position where James Bond is, it's really hard to protect the south of your base, especially from like reavers and stuff. It's really hard to cover. You know, the surface area is too big. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, it's because of that little like nook bit, I guess. Like from like the bottom, like you draw a line from like the bottom left of the command center, you hit the rock. There's like that wall like forms like a little like a S looking, like a little snake looking shape, I guess. And yeah, it's really hard to hold anything from that little. You got to build like 3 turrets around it. Really frustrating.
By the way,
It's not a Terran map. Not a Terran map.
little message to Shimmer, who's watching the cast. Your icon is wrong. You're not a Zerg anymore, man. Shimmer actually switched to Terran, so he drank the Terran Kool-Aid.
I saw that. Oh.
He's only just started, but he's been doing pretty well, I think.
Good on you, Shimmer. Swap to the correct race in the end. Proud.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing some Terran as well.
Good, good. Swap to Terran, man. We need more Terrans in here.
Well, we don't need more Terrans in Tier 0. It's like almost all Terrans. We need more Zergs in Tier 0, I think.
That's true.
But that's the only place where we need more Zerg, I think. I think there's plenty of Zerg elsewhere.
We need more Terrans in general, just either not in Tier 0 or if they're of Tier 0 level, just laddering, just not playing in CPL.
Oh, that Goon missed
no
a
such thing as
shot.
too many Zergs, too many Terrans, man. Yeah, missed a shot. The high ground could be a bitch like that.
James Bond, he's gonna deny. Oh, if he denies this natural, it'd be.
Oh, there we go.
Nice work. Unfortunately, I don't like doing this against gas though.
Oh, the SCP is actually gonna die.
Just, like, yeah, it almost always does.
Look at that wall, by the way, right before the natural.
I think it's for anti-zealot. Oh, is James Bond gonna? He's gotta cancel it. He does cancel it. So I feel like it's a little bit of a mistake from James Bond. I mean, if he's gonna do this, he should have put down his command center. That's what you want, right? You're trying to get like a faster command center than their Nexus by doing it.
Well, I don't like doing it against gas openers from Protoss because they just get the Dragoon out too fast and you barely get any progress on the eBay before it's worth it. But when it's like core FE or whatever, or like not core FE, gate FE or something, and they haven't taken the gas yet, like an eBay is just insane. It just does so much damage. They've got to use like zealots to bust it, which means they're not sending zealots at you, which means you can take a CC. And if they do send zealots at you, they have to break it with like probes. It's really strong.
Yeah, and I like how Hacker actually saved his vulture he gave the goon in the north a runaround, so he's gonna be able to lay mines now with his 2 vultures all over the map. Mines are so good. They give you vision. They also do damage. They also detect flash damage. Gonna lay a mine at that third as well. Make sure Protoss isn't taking like 3 nexuses off like 1 gate or something crazy like that. And it looks like, you know what? It honestly looks like Gurthang's going 2 base arbiter again. Look at that. Look at that citadel. That's really, really fast.
Pretty fast Citadel, man. Pretty fast Citadel. Second gas is already taken as well. Like, yeah, it's just the stars are aligning for this build. It looks like that's what he's gonna do. But we're not seeing like a third CC going down for James Bond this time. So curious to see what he's gonna pull out to deal with this. And this very well could be. Oh no, he's just doing a transfer. Thought that might have been a couple of factories there, but no, it looks like he's just transferring to his natural. He's just going to be getting the second factory down. Maybe he's going to go double shop again, just like pump out tanks.
Oh, you know what? I was wrong. Look at that. I thought it was going to be a really quick like 2 base arbiter build, but Gurthang has gone like robotic support bay instead.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think it's still going to be arbiter, but maybe with a quick Reaver thrown in the mix.
Yeah, like well, I mean, it's a big investment though. Like this Reaver, it's gonna significantly slow down the 2
Sorry,
base arbiter.
not Reaver, Storm. High Templar
Oh,
drops.
Storm. Oh yeah, Cuties, yes. No, he's getting a Reaver right now, so it's...
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, Reaver then too.
Yeah, and
The
like,
Storm afterwards can be really strong. Since there's only 2 bases, it's like guaranteed half the SCVs if you can land the Storm.
yeah, for sure. Storm drops are like super powerful in this matchup. Well, I mean, they're good in all matchups, to be honest.
They're really powerful with these like 2 base tech builds in particular.
Yeah, and I know earlier you were saying like you want to see if James Bond, if he's gonna do like a quick third expansion again. He never does it twice in a row in a match. He told me because he thinks that your opponent will be scouting for it again, which, you know, it's logical, right? So it looks like he's just playing more standard upgrade style Terran. Yeah, look at that starport. 2 factory starport. Yeah, this is an older style, isn't it? Like for upgrade Terran? Like
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's pretty dated now for good reason. You've only just started +1, like the starport's not going to be used for very much, and you don't really want quick vessels anyway. It's not really advantageous. Yep, Reaver going down, getting 1 SCV at least. Backing off there a little bit. Where did the shuttle, did the shuttle die? Damn, that's no good.
Yeah, that is
Unfortunately,
not enough.
Yeah.
You got 1
attack's gonna
SCV
fall for it.
and 1 tank. That's it.
It's not the damage you're looking for, but hopefully the Storm Drop follow-up will do a bit more than that. But losing the shuttle, I think it's more of a crime here than losing the Reaver. So if he had 2 shuttles, he could do like simultaneous drops, right?
Yeah, you can see immediate third base coming down from like Hackerjay. So yeah, whenever like Protoss throws away a Reaver that early and a shuttle, you can feel pretty confident. But look at these vultures slipping by.
Oh no, and he's going to pick off this Templar. This is a huge play right here. Absolutely insane. Just slipped in those vultures, and he's going to get some probes. This is a massive swing towards Hacker's J position.
75 strikes again, man. Like all of these probes going down.
GG. Ah, wow. Don't like that.
GG.
I think he could have played that, but yeah, fair enough. I'd be pretty tilted off that as Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Hacker would have been really far ahead, but I mean, I can't state this enough. Like, I mean, it's Protoss. There's always a way back. I'm pretty sure he could have like maybe made something happen, but again, like I agree with you. I don't disagree with his choice of like tapping out. That run by did too much damage.
I think it did more mental damage than it did eco damage, but because especially like at this level, you can definitely play off from a loss that bad Like it was a pretty large like economy loss, but you can always just, you know, do another storm drop, see if that works. Put down a bunch of gateways, see if you can like stop a third or something, because you guarantee that your opponent is not going to be perfect in their macro.
All right, that's another point on the board for Big Click Energy. Should we take a quick break? The next game is up, but maybe good time to take a quick break.
Oh, I don't mind.
Drink some water, and all right, we'll be back in a few minutes then.
All right, Dada. I'm ready. I think we're just waiting for Zesky now.
Yeah, I'm back.
You can tell I haven't streamed in a while. Everything's like kind of broken a little bit.
No, I haven't casted in ages. I'm saying like and I every like 2 seconds.
Okay, I know it still says back in 1 minute, but let's get going. This names are wrong. Let me fix the names. I'll fix them when we're in game. Okay, let's go. This is gonna be Maaaaxaxa versus Arcade Plus.
Ah, I've known this matchup.
Protoss versus Arcade Plus, who's a Terran. Okay, there we go. Let's hope the music doesn't break this time. Okay, in the bottom left corner, it's Arcade Plus, 4-horse emoji. And in the top left corner, it's Maaaaxaxa for Big Click Energy. Ted versus Pat.
Watch out for those zealots. Arcade, they're going to be coming for you. Yeah, so Maxa, I don't know much about RK Plus's Terran, but I know Maxa really likes his early zealot attacks. He particularly is a fan of like 10-12 or something, just like throwing those zealots in there, trying to get some damage. And or like he just goes for like a very standard, you know, get your range expand sort of deal, 23 next or whatever it is, in Protoss. We'll have to see what he goes for here to see what RK is going to be dealing with. But it looks like RK is going to be doing a pretty standard like SimCity here. Barracks going down to the right of the CC.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty standard build as well from both players right now.
Still the potential for a zealot, but we'll have to see. I think a zealot is good on Tempest, just for getting their quicker scouting information, dealing with like the common CC openers.
Yeah,
15 CC, 13 CPC, or popular choices on Tempest.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he was gonna do Zealot because he got gas. Typically, you want to get a second pylon if you're gonna get like Zealot and then core gas. Yeah, and it does look like it's just
Good
gonna
point.
be standard opener from Maaaaxaxa as well. Both players gonna get last scout, so a little bit unlucky for both players. Look at this. Look at this. Was it like Rax expansion?
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's why. That's why I typically like like a single zealot, like zealot core goon or something on this map, for dealing with stuff like this. But it looks like RK is going to get away with the Rax FE. So nice work.
Yeah, especially the high ground on the natural. I don't even know if the Dragoon can hit it because he doesn't have vision, right? Because he'll be in range, right?
Yeah, will be, but this
low
Dragoon popping out, if he sends it straight away down, we'll get there before the Marine's finished. This could be disastrous.
Yeah, I think the Terran forgot like his Marine.
Yeah, I think he made too many SCVs. I don't think he forgot. I think he just like kept spamming the SCV button and forgot to make just didn't make the Marine. Because this goon should be able to wide walk right past. This is a single Marine bunker. Like he should walk past it. I would not respect this at all. He's shooting the bunker, but he backs off. No, he sees it's a single Marine. Good work. Walk straight in here. This is going to cause quite a bit of a disruption. Manages to get a couple of hits on the Marine. The Marine's going to go down. Oh, how did it not die? Crazy. Thought it was going to get another shot in there, but just managed to get away.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, typically, like, with these kind of, like, barracks expansions, you want to get your Marine right away once your barracks is finished.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely want to, you definitely need to start making Marines as fast as possible when you go on these types of builds. Like, they're very important, precisely for this reason. Like, you can't just bunker before Marine. It doesn't really work. You need to fill those bunkers with something.
Yeah,
and this is not worth it anymore.
Vulture. I mean, he's got to be getting something, at least one of the two. I would almost say he should probably gotten a Vulture first, just to deal with this, like to get damage down and continue producing Marines. But yeah, this Dragoon is like...
Yeah, it's 3 kills with one of them being a Marine, 2 SCVs. Like, this is... The Rax is almost... the Rax FE is almost not paid for itself, and he's evened out the SCV count with just a single Dragoon. This is like a massive victory for Protoss. Evening out the game, and like all of Terran's tech is like...
Look at the front though. If he loses these 2 Marines, if Maaaaxaxa loses these 2... Oh, it's these 2 Dragoons, pardon me. They would not be good. A lot of damage going down on these 2 Dragoons.
Yeah, that was good, getting a lot of damage on those Dragoons. That's going to help out later if we do like a tank push or something. And I would definitely be doing a tank push after doing that much damage. Killing a goon and like damaging 2 like that, like the tank push here would be really strong.
Yeah, but also at the same time though, like the Protoss could be going quick. Okay, you know, I've actually seen this before. Like I tried to do tank push off like a Rax expand, but the Protoss, if they do this much disruption, they can get DTs out and they can kill you. And I see, yeah, Terran is getting engineering bay because I feel like that's probably in the back of his mind. He's getting siege mode though, so he's really respecting some kind of like bust or something. Maybe he thinks is coming from the Protoss.
Which is not coming at all. That third base is going down, and yeah, this is why I'm not a fan of tank openers. Like I much prefer Vulture. Like you just get way more intel. You're able to tell what's going on. But this this siege mode like tank, it's very blind.
Yeah, I think siege mode tank is basically the worst opener in PvP. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
I would
you're gonna
agree.
play a macro game.
At least with like a tank push, like you're going to eventually get that information a little bit later. Especially with like the Vulture, right? Running the Vulture ahead to see what's going on. But with this, it's just you're blind for so long. You just got no idea what's going to be coming at you. And meanwhile, the Protoss is just going to go robo, take a third gate, second gate, just like nicely macro, like scale properly, the way that he wants.
Yeah, I totally agree. Biggest thing, as you've already mentioned, definitely is the scouting, the information. Terran is playing blind, honestly, and like Protoss can basically do anything, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Or we see 4 factories go down.
it's actually 5. It's gonna be 5 factory in total. So it
5
does look like some kind of,
factories.
yeah, maybe like 5 factory push. It's gonna be coming out from the Terran. I feel like 6 factory plus 1 would be stronger if he's going to do this, especially off a
With the
rack.
second shop, it might be 6 fact actually. Maybe not.
Okay, but his armory's not. Yeah, hasn't even started his armory, so. I guess this is like a hybrid version of a 5 factory push.
Yeah, with the lack of armory, I'm not a fan of this. I really thought the tanks were gonna splash that other tank there for a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Disaster.
So there's gateways are going down for the Protoss. So he's not going to take a risky 4th.
Yeah, Max is just gonna like play super safe. Lig speed already on the way, so if Maxa like throws down 2 more gateways, he'll be completely solid against this push.
Yeah, he usually gets a really fast leg speed and like plays gateway man for a really long time. And then with just like lots of gateways, takes a 4th, takes a 5th.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to play. A lot of Protoss like they like that nowadays.
It's really good against like these heavy early factory styles where you don't have enough time to just get into your tech and stuff.
Well, it's actually even good against like the old up Terran style. Because like with
Yeah,
so many
that too.
units, you can just deny the third over and over and trade and then continually expand your own economy behind that. But that's why like Terrans these days, you gotta get like 4 factories before getting your third. Because of this heavy unit style. But yeah, it looks like Terran is moving out. Did Maxa miss that move out with the goons?
I think the Terran didn't see it either, even though he's like killing his mines. Like I would be turning around with those tanks to clean up those goons, like mining up the path, but I guess Terran just wants to go and end the game here, like just defend with what he has at home. And
I feel like if the Terran just turned around, like what you said, and trapped and killed these goons, that would definitely have been GG. You can't lose that much as Protoss. I mean, Protoss is good, but like not that good.
yeah, precisely right. But it looks like he's just going to use his defenses at home to defend, which unfortunately means that his attack here is going to be really weak. The Zealot Bomb just goes down. The goons from before come back. And this attack just gets very neatly just wrapped up. Really well played from Maaaaxaxa here.
Yeah, I guess he didn't even need that extra goon, goon bunch at the in front of the Terran Natural to clear out that attack. So now Maaaaxaxa is infinity ahead. I mean, he's getting his fourth. He can probably throw down like a fifth Nexus actually right now. It's like, what's the Terran gonna do? He can't attack you anymore.
Can't attack you anyway, yeah, and you've got the money for sure. Just go for it. But Maaaaxaxa is not that type of player. He's very much, I have the lead, I'm going to end the game. And it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see. We're just seeing a mass influx of units just coming out here. Zealots are being made. I would like to see maybe a couple more observers here. Maybe like a shuttle or something just before we attack. But no, we're just going to go straight in here, try and clear up these mines. Zealot tried to mine drag. Oh, the Goon tried to mine drag as well. Got a lot of those mines there. There's very not much here though. Almost didn't even need to drag. Just walk in, just start left clicking tanks. That third base is going to get denied very, very quickly. And
no cancel on
that's
it
it.
either.
I think that's all she wrote.
There's a little bit of a vulture harass in the top right, but honestly, it's too little, too late, kind of.
I think so, yeah. Going to shut down the pylon, which will stop those goons from coming out, but very quickly reinforcements are going to clean that up. And how do you get out of the classic arc, man? It's always this arc. The arc of dragoons.
I mean, when a Protoss sits there in an arc,
Sits there in an arc, man. It's not even an eclipse, and he's sitting there in an arc. Look at that. But yeah, this is just a very damning position for Terran. So hard to push out now. Your mines are almost like you need them there, but like you need to siege on top of them to like get out. But if you siege on top of them, they're just going to kill your tanks. It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Yeah, and look at Max's supply, 163 to 77.
+1 weapons on the way.
I think the
armor.
replay is broken actually, because that's not what I'm seeing. Hold on. Okay, that's different. It's different. That's different than what I was seeing. Yeah, we were seeing 144 supply, but now the game is. I just reset and now it's completely different. Okay, it's a good thing we noticed that. It was already looking a bit weird to me, so.
Nice. Well, luckily it fixed like that. Usually it just won't be fixed at all, but unfortunately the situation's not changed too much, even if there was a 20 supply difference. Maybe Arcade, I mean, this is a sneaky third at the 5 o'clock position.
Yeah, but even if he gets it up though, it's like, it really is too little too late. It's 180 supplied to 99.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not even sure if like Light took over right now, he could win. He's down.
I wouldn't say that. I think Light
think
would be
he'd
able
do
to
it?
win. I've seen Light win, like, it was about 90 to 80 supply Terran versus like a 200 Zerg Hydra Queen. He manages to win. I don't know how he does it, but
The funny thing is, lately they've been doing this new concept on the pro streams where they let a lower ranked player play until they get in a very bad position against someone who's better than them. And then a pro takes over at the moment that the game looks completely lost. And they actually managed to win, like, maybe not every game, but most of the games they seem to win.
yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Oh,
And the only
okay.
game I've seen Light lost was when the Terran forgot his eBay against DT. Turns out, even if you don't build an eBay against DT, not even Light can win. So,
I think I saw that one. Oh, that one, Zesky. That one was on Fighting Spirit, right? With the Hydra.
yeah,
and
Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all the Zerg had to do was make queens, and he would have won. But
Still, man, it was impressive. He should have just won with the Hydra.
yeah, definitely.
And Maaaaxaxa taking every corner of the map, building so many gateways. I don't know why he's not trading though. He could definitely just run in here.
Well, he heard you from the future because he's attacking right now.
Good, and I'm glad. I'm glad he's listening to his coach, Coach Zesky.
I mean, this trade is going to be amazing for Terran. All those elves.
It will be.
But
But I don't think. I think you should be left clicking this. Yeah, this CC. If you just get the CC, it's worth it. You're already so far ahead in economy that it doesn't really matter trading all this units for CC. But it hurts Terran way too much.
Yeah, and Terran's mining out in the main, getting low in the natural.
And as soon as our arbiters have energy, we just go in with stasis and end the game there. Yeah, it's looking very bad for Terran. I hate calling it like this early, but it's just when the writing's on the wall, it's like that's just what it is. Yeah, I like this. Just like a Hail Mary attack from Terran. Like, you know your third's not going to get up again. You just want to go in there and get damage done. See if you can trade. I like this a lot. Because if you can actually win here, then it's a much different game.
Well, I don't think even if the Terran can push all the way to the main, because Protoss already has gates in top right. You know what I mean? Like the Hail Mary, I guess to cut off the Protoss and like camp their natural, but that's already passed.
I think here you don't even cut off the natural. You just like go around to each expansion just trying to blow them up. Like what else have you got to lose, right? Other than just trying to trade. But there's just not enough vultures here. And it looks like the goons are just going to pile in. A little bit of a clumping at the top there. But Maaaaxaxa quickly got it back under control. He's just going to run down here. Those stasises were beautiful, trapping 5 tanks there. Running out of zealots, but still got more than enough dragoons to clean up these tanks here. And this push is going to get very quickly stopped, which was a bit predictable. Or is it? They're only 1-1 tanks, so why are they this tough? What? My Terran's not this strong. Wow, alright. Space tanks are strong. I really thought that the goons would clean that up with their upgrades, but still not going to be enough for Protoss here.
I like how Terran at least got his like 6 o'clock while all this was happening.
Yeah, good multitasking. I think he started it before he even left. I think I saw that. But yeah, he managed to saturate in the meantime, so that's really good. Oh, there's a desperation siege right there. Oh, he doesn't even have vision. Invisible units are just going to destroy everything here.
It's not the size of the click, it's
I
how
hate
you
invisible
use
units,
it.
just letting everyone know.
He's got a massive minefield, but I don't think that even matters. That's doing so much damage though.
It did, yeah. It killed like 6 or 8 zealots, which usually it's like, wow, it's a lot of zealots dead, but the bank is just there for Max, so you can just trade as often and
Terran
how much
being
he
bullied.
wants, and the Terran will just have to take it.
Good counterattack with those 4 vultures, but there's not even any probes there. I mean, only a few probes there.
Barely any probes, and there's dragoons down the ramp. If he responds quickly, you might be able to save it. No, maybe not.
He's gonna get a couple more probes on the top right, but that's just helping Protoss. He still has 67 probes. And yeah, we see another attack.
Protoss probably just want to spend all on army at this point, just in the game. And the third base is going to go down.
Yeah, Terran is completely basically out of money. He's got like 2 patches maybe, natural.
Fantasy would be proud. That's all I'll say. Fantasy would be proud.
Fantasy would have left already, honestly.
I wouldn't say that, man. All right, he plays some pretty long games from very unwinnable positions.
Well, the main command center has floated out, and Terran's going to be mining again, but it's max supply Protoss against 90 supply Terran. So this, I mean, he has to have a perfect trade, basically like a perfect trade to even survive this, if that's even possible.
Yeah, what does a perfect trade even look like? I was gonna ask.
Like kind of
We'd
like
have
this.
to like
all
lose
these-
no tanks, which is definitely not happening. Not get a single stasis off,
Terran Faverden.
which you just stasised all the Goliaths, so now you could just like you could kill everything with just the Arbiters, man.
Yeah, this has to be it, right? 'Cause he can't.
I think so.
He can't even
I think we're
rebuild
gonna
the
be seeing
command
a
center.
Bad luck, Arcade. Better luck next time.
GG.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah, it's good to see Maaaaxaxa is playing a very standard, safe Protoss, going just like gateway man, just like pumping units out, dealing with those Terran pushes. A little bit of a dated style, like you said.
Okay, that means game 2 is going to be on Apocalypse. And let's go. Hey, you guys want to introduce the players?
Sure. Spawning in the 12 o'clock position is our 1-up Protoss player, Maaaaxaxa. And in the bottom right, we have, he's down, but he's not out, Arcade. Hopefully he can pull something out of the hat, show us what he's got, and try and make this a series.
Yeah, this
Apocalypse.
is like not the. I don't play Terran and I don't play Protoss, so I don't really know that much about this matchup and how it works. But yeah, just it looks like a difficult matchup from the Terran side. When most of the
No
games just
argument
spent.
here from the dual Terran casters, man.
No, I
We're not
didn't.
gonna
I
argue
didn't
that
think
one.
so. Yeah, it just it seems like every interaction with the Protoss is difficult unless you have like really good upgrades, and the upgrades weren't really coming for Arcade Plus in that last game.
Yeah, 5-fact is just the 5-fact with the lack of armor is not a build that I've seen. But I wasn't a particularly huge fan of it. I reckon if you're gonna go 5-fact, you definitely want to grab upgrades. Maybe 6-fact without upgrades? I don't know. Even 6-fact I would grab +1 at least. Upgrades are just too critical to this matchup for Terran in the long run.
Yeah, the 2-1 upgrades is really what you want. Because then I think at that point you can 2-shot a goon in siege mode. So that's the break point you want. Regarding that 5 factory though, I think the classic 5 factory is actually, yeah, you do it without armory. The classic one.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The 6 factory though, you always get +1 with it.
How old is the lack of armory build?
The 5 factory? Oh, like I don't even know the history, but it's like it's been around forever. That's all I know.
I've only ever seen it with an armory. 5-fact.
Alright, so Zealot first this time. But SCV's gonna scout it. So Arcade will see the Zealot coming from like a mile away. He's got a pretty good SimCity going.
Yeah, the SimCity is really strong here. The little like ears with the barracks. or I guess hands, like the crab hands. I don't know, some sort of shape with the barracks that's really strong, really good against zealots here, and it's a little bit predictable. Zealots are strong. Not necessarily on this map, but just in general, I guess. At the beginning, particularly for lower level Terrans, like they can really struggle with zealot pressure, and Maaaaxaxa does like the zealot pressure quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't like this little move out that Arcade did with the SCVs because he's wasting mining time, and he already has a perfect sim city, so like why move out, right?
Yeah, you're trying to force like a bunker and like a CC here, where you should just be waiting for this vulture, man. Wait for the vulture, just mine your minerals, take the CC later. You don't even need a bunker yet.
Yeah, that's right. Just
Keep
build up the
making your
forces.
marines and your vultures.
Yeah, build up the forces and then push it back. Like he's doing it now, which is what he should have done at the beginning.
Yeah, I would be focusing the zealots here. Like, he took a lot of damage on that vulture, now he just lost the vulture to the goon. So this is now really, really bad for Terran. This is going to be quite the fight. He needs to requeue that vulture. He needs to just, like... The zealots are quite low health already, which is really good. Unfortunately, that goon is still a menace. And, those zealots are just going to force the marines to move too much to really micro against the dragoon. I like this SCV pull, though.
Yeah, he's not doing too badly. That was actually like pretty decent marine micro, like all things considered. Under pressure, under stress, and you know you're microing against dragoon zealot as well, not just zealot. So that's pretty hard to do with only marines. So actually, kudos to Arcade. A lot of Terrans can just die to that straight out. What happened there?
I agree. I think the constant marine production there was really, really solid as well. Just all of it in combination just kept him alive there. And now he's going to get up his bunker. Unfortunately, we don't have we only just put down the shop. We don't have a tank on the way. So these goons with range should be able to put the pressure on this bunker for quite a while. I'd be keeping these SCVs here. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit before he can really push those dragons back. He is bringing up some SCVs, so that's really good on Arcade. Siege mode again first.
Definitely want to get siege mode first here, given the state of the game. And a goon does slip by.
Yeah, it's got to be
Manages to
annoying.
get it. It's going to be really annoying.
Oh, he's got
And,
to repair the bunker. He's not watching the bunker.
Oh no, repair that. There we go. Just
There we
started
go.
to repair it. And got the goon as well. Really nicely done there by Arcade. It's really well played.
Yeah. I don't think that Arcade really needed siege mode. Due to like Max's opening, but I can kind of understand because he doesn't know what Maxa is going. You know what I mean? It could have been like mass gates or something like that.
Yeah, I think just given the lack of vision and the way that the early game played out, like, yeah, you want to go siege mode, but it ended up being Robo and then Nexus and then the second gate, which there was never going to be a critical mass of goons hitting that bunker, so you never really needed the siege mode, especially after he lost a goon, right? But fortunately, well, I guess unfortunately, he got siege mode, and that's going to put Max in a really good position here because he's not going to have a really good timing to really move out.
Yeah. Also, I think we were speaking about this earlier in the previous game. Siege mode basically means that you're playing blind. I mean, you don't have scans. You don't have like any vultures with mines or anything like that to see what the Protoss is doing. Even if it's like seeing the timing of the third, completely blind. So
Really playing with low information, yeah. However, we are going to counter that a little bit with quite an early academy timing, despite our build progression, that is. Which will give us a little bit of vision here, although at the cost of SCVs again, which you really can't afford. I mean, getting the comp sets is definitely what you want, but look at the work account, man. It's already quite a big difference.
Yeah, each comsat is equivalent to 2 SCVs, so he's going to be down like by another 4 workers, and he was already down before. And you can really like look at that 41 to 34 workers. That's really
Big scan on the main. Sees everything there. Sees the citadel, the gate count, even the units. Definitely a step in the right direction.
yeah. He's got to be a little bit disappointed though, because you know if you only see 2 gates warping in right now, you know the Protoss has gotten already a third up. Because like we're working the money have gone.
Well, I hope he knows that. Whether he works that out with his brain or not, it's another matter, I guess.
Yeah, and Maxa also has an observer in Arcade's main, so he knows that this 5 factory is coming, and you can see a ton of gates going down. Oh, and you know, again, I think it was previously we were talking about this map for TVP. Like it's going to be really hard for Arcade to push up onto the high ground and push across the map.
Yeah, it's I just don't like this map for Terran in this matchup at all. The third is difficult to take, pushing is difficult to do. There's not a lot of good options here.
Yeah, I honestly think that the timing for a push is already passed, especially since all the damage Arcade took at the beginning.
Yeah, I think the only real opportunity he has is to take 5 fact, take a third, especially with all the gates that Max is adding now, and he hasn't taken a 4th base himself yet. So a third is still like a really, like an on-site third is still a really good choice. Unfortunately, the tank position here is not that great. You don't really want to put all your tanks on one side. You want to like put it a lot in the middle with like lots of mines to cover the entrances. And you want to put them a bit back so you're not always splashing on top of the high ground with like lots of turrets to counter the shuttle. So if Maxa plays this right, he can actually deny the third base without ever engaging the tanks fully. Whether or not he does that is another matter, however.
Yeah, two scans going down in the main, so Arcade does see everything. Looks like Arcade is actually going to just take a third off this, which is a good decision. One thing though is that he has no anti-air whatsoever, so this shuttle with these zealots, they're gonna wreak havoc on these tanks. Ooh, I like this.
Yeah, he's only got a bunker like next to a couple of those tanks, and that's it. That's all the anti-air he's allowing himself. He did just start 4 Goliaths, so that's with range. So that's definitely a step in the right direction, and will more than be enough to handle those shuttles.
Yeah, I also like this, like these mines in the middle to catch the reinforcements. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Huge vulture raid.
Massive raid of vultures. This is exactly what he needed to get back into this game. That was a huge blow, evening out the work account considerable amount. Not totally even, but 2 workers is, you know, a fair bit, but not the end of the world amount. Still like very good for Terran.
He's not finished. He's going into the natural. He's gonna get even more probes.
He's not done. You thought he was done, but he wasn't quite finished. He's going back in there, and he's like, nah, I'm getting my extra probes, man. Trading out every single vulture for those probes. You know what? Can't blame him, because it's gonna work.
Yeah, they only cost 75 minerals, right? 75 mineral strikes again.
No. The vulture's free. The mines are 75 minerals. See?
That's right. Yeah, split between 3 spider mines.
Exactly. 25 minerals.
Yeah, but this was huge. Like this was game changing. Honestly, I mean this brought him back 100%. Oh, these mines. You know those vultures killing like those probes? They're still getting value with the mines they've laid before.
It's crazy. Yeah, these vultures can't stop winning. They just cannot stop winning. And I'm a little bit surprised there. Like he went across the map with there's like barely any observers. Like I can only see 1 observer, 2 observers inside the Terran's base, but nothing to like help clear mines. I think Max is a little bit overestimating his skill of clearing mines in that regard.
Yeah, no,
however,
Bisu level mine sweeping with the Dragoon only.
Yeah, I think maybe a few more hours in Starcraft, and then he can start trying to do that with 12 goons at a time.
Yeah, Arcade is up on workers now. Crazy. It looks like we're
Yeah,
gonna have
it's
a shuttle.
really strong. And
Yeah, the
he's
shuttle
also going
drop.
to be even bases as well. I'm not a huge fan of that drop since it was only Zealot, but at least he got the turrets there, right?
Yeah, I think what he was trying to do was like he was trying to draw like the Terran army away to deal with that drop and then come up with his dragoons, but it didn't work. Like you saw how he lost like a
Unfortunately,
couple
tanks
of
don't like to move like that. They like to stay sieged.
Yeah, I mean if that's what Maxa was trying to do, I mean that was actually like a good effort, right? Like I could see the
Yeah, I
strategy
could
behind
definitely
it.
see the intention behind that, and it's a decent play. And I think if it was against Zerg or something, that would work really really well because they're more likely to pull everything. But against like a shuttle, Terrans are unlikely to siege. But it was a good effort. What I like even more though is this fourth base from Maaaaxaxa. It's a bit late, I'll admit, but at least he's got it down now.
Yeah, those vultures really did a
They
huge
did a
amount of damage.
massive
Yeah,
damage, massive damage. Oh,
the
we see the
supplies are-
mass on siege going on. Is he doing some sort of push, or maybe he's just taking this high ground? I suspect he is.
yeah, it's just repositioning. We see scans going down. Yeah, just looking for an observer, but there are no observers really over this central area, so burned a couple scans for nothing. The supplies are really close. That's really good for Terran.
It's really good for Terran. Yeah, I like Terran's position a lot. That vulture harass really brought him back into this game. And once these upgrades kick in too, like, and this pushing starts to occur, it's going to be really dangerous.
Yeah, how close is his +2 weapons? Was it done? No, it's not. I
No,
think he has
it's
one
not, and
memory.
it's not even started. So I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake. Only one armory. You really need both armories to really
Really
capitalize.
soon, it should almost be instinctive. As soon as you put down that science facility, the second armory goes up as well.
Right, so first Arbiter is out. He's gonna have one stasis. Looking at the state of the game, he's probably gonna have like maybe... Yeah, I think he's only probably gonna have one stasis before Terran makes move out, if Arcade is on top of his macro.
Yeah, if RK was on top of his macro, the lack of posture is really going to hurt this push, but it's still doable, I suspect. Especially if he's got turrets in position with lots of Goliaths. Hopefully he doesn't lose all these tanks to mines. That'll be another massive factor here.
Yeah.
But this is
Arcade
a
already-
really strong surround from Maxa though. This is shaping up to be a really strong push if Maxa decides to go in here. Although it's a lot of Dragoons and not many Zealots. Like,
Yeah.
this is an absurd amount of Dragoons. I just want to count real quick.
Yeah, these tanks are really clumped though, so one stasis could do a lot of damage.
2.5 groups of goons. Very goon heavy.
Well, looks like Max is actually going to go for a recall. He's got that one Arbiter in his main. It's going to fly over. It's probably going to hit the third. So this will cause the Terran to probably turn around. Exactly what he wants.
And if he can do that with like massive amounts of goons, he can do a lot of damage to the infrastructure really quickly. Goons are just wrecking balls inside the Terran base.
Okay, looks like he's turning around now with the Arbiter. So, like, it looked like he was setting up for a recall, but guess not.
I think he could have gotten away with it. Apocalypse is really good for going down that like that line where like the high ground is. It's not turret friendly at all. It looks like he wants to save it for the stasis, maybe for triple stasis just to hold this push. But this push is looking scarier and scarier with the +2's going to be finished pretty soon. Tons of turrets. Lots of mines everywhere, pushed him right back onto the high ground. And it looks like Max is going to pull the trigger here and just go straight for it. But this is a very goon-heavy comp against a very tank-heavy comp. It's not going to go well for Protoss. It's a good stasis, though.
Yeah, one Arbiter got EMP'd, but he was fortunate it was like the second one that came out, so he still had one stasis. Look, carrier switch from Maxa already.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I don't know if
That's
this is.
not after a trade like that. I would delay the carriers for a little bit to because the Terran's already at your doorstep. This is like perfect for Terran. They want you to be making carriers at this point.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know
Maxa really
what else wants at this time. Like switching the carriers is
yeah.
good, not when the Terran's like basically pushing into your natural. You kind of want it like when you take a good trade. But I mean, he's kind of taking a good trade right now, so
Uh
maybe that was
you
calculated.
sure? I mean, he
Oh,
just
not
lost so many
anymore.
goons and an arbiter. I think as you said that, the trade just turned massively poorly for him, unfortunately. And now he's got lots of goons, and he still has a lot of tanks left over. He can keep pushing as soon as the stasis ends. He's got 9 factories at home, 4th on the way.
Caster's curse, right? Like as soon as you say
Yeah, exactly.
something
Yeah,
won't
I was
happen,
I was thinking it. I was like, just as he said it, man, like the trade just went lopsided so fast. And so it's like PvT, just it could just turn on you in an instant. You need to be watching.
Yeah, here's the thing though, I don't know if Arcade knows that it's carrier, so if he doesn't start rallying Goliaths, it will, like it will work. You know what I mean? Like he
From my
has to
experience, Max is also the type of person to just send the carriers as soon as they've got interceptors. He doesn't wait for like a massive count and then send them. He'll just like send them straight away. So he really, really needs those early Goliaths here. But it looks like he has added a few. So he should have enough to hold off this round of carriers. And hopefully once he sees them, he'll, yeah, exactly what you said, just adds more Goliaths.
Yeah, I think
He's
the
really
conventional.
playing the slow push game here, though.
Oh, it's working for him right now, so definitely kudos to Arcade. Oh, he's gonna lose that Arbiter without
That's
he
not
gets
good.
2 tanks. Yeah, that was not the Theseus he was looking for.
They're two really good tanks to stasis, though, but unfortunately, running straight into a minefield. Lost so many zealots there. Carriers coming out here. They're going to be putting on a bit of pressure. Not too many Goliaths. It looks like a lot of Goliaths actually died to the minefield, which is rather unfortunate because we're going to be start losing a lot of tanks here.
Yeah, I think like I was trying to get that in earlier that conventional Protoss wisdom is like you want 4 carriers before you attack because that's the number to really get something done. And he does have those 4, so definitely gonna start pushing this Terran army
Yeah,
back.
I'm glad he waited. Maybe he might have learned that, or he might have like realized. I don't know how, but he used to send them, at least against me, he used to send them quite early. So I was a little bit concerned there. But it looks like he waited. He was patient. He didn't pull the trigger too early, and now he's in a really good spot here. Push the Terran straight off his high ground and into the center. Although there's a lot of turrets here, he has got enough army to actually like ground forces to clear it. So he's sending it to bottom left. Oh, we missed a massive attack. Bottom left. Single vulture left. Cannons destroyed. I believe we missed that. That vulture has 8 kills too. Quite a bit of damage was inflicted. Really good run by Arcade apparently.
Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't get that Nexus. That would have been huge.
Don't worry, we didn't miss it on the stream.
Oh, we didn't? Oh, well, we did. We did with you distracted on that main fight.
Yeah, now Terran's actually in a ton of trouble. If he loses this 4th expansion, he won't have the economy to deal with the carriers, and all Maaaaxaxa has to do is right-click on the command center right now, and it's basically gone. It looks like the Goliaths will come up and will take out 1 carrier. That's actually huge. He's probably going to
Those
fall back.
carriers, man. You can't lose them like that. No. Oh, 2 carriers going down. That's just really unfortunate.
That's
Still
huge.
trying to trade against those Goliaths, but he's not doing like the carrier micro. So like just losing another carrier almost for free. Only getting like a couple of Goliaths there. That puts him really, really far back. And he managed to keep the 4th base too. So he just landed, mine that gas again, mine those minerals again.
Yeah, Max, well, he definitely needed that. Another pickup. Oh, if he fights, okay, Max, okay. I don't know. He's being a little bit too like. I kind of feel a little bit too risky, like a little bit with his carriers. You really need some like ground army to support your carriers.
Yeah, you really do, especially against like mass Goliath like this. You need that combination, and right now he doesn't quite have enough of it either. Which is a oh, the Grand Army does come in for the reinforcements, and he can if he can thin the tank count here, this will be really strong. Like it will be allow him to go into Goliath and deal with Dragoon, sorry, and deal with those Goliaths. But it looks like he is gonna bleed yet another carrier, unfortunately. And he'll be unable to... Oh no, he does manage... Wow, where did that... Oh, the group that was dealing with bottom left managed to come back up and clean up those Goliaths. That's really strong. It's a really good position for Protoss again, allowing him to continue that carrier count and keeping Terran yet again off his high ground and able to deny the Terran fourth.
Yeah, with this fourth going down, I don't know if Terran has enough. Yeah, he just tops out.
GG. That's a fair call. I don't mind that call.
GG.
I think once that fourth basis goes down, well, there's just the carrier count's just going to continue to climb, and you're just going to constantly keep pushing against that higher ground army, slowly building carrier count. It's just a really difficult position to be in.
Yeah, and you just don't have the economy. You know, you're starting to mine out your bases.
Exactly. Yeah. Very soon too.
Yeah.
GG
But
Maxa. Well played.
I liked the carrier snipes. I think that really put Arcade back in the game. The Vulture run by was incredible as well. But
Both those run bys were incredible. Really well played.
Yeah, but Maxa just playing a little bit too solid and able to take the game.
All right, on for the next one. What's the team score now, Dada?
That's going to be a 3-0 so far for Big Click Energy.
Wow.
They are really, they're really racking up the score.
Hopefully Emoji can take it back, man. At least one game.
Yeah, that's the next game is going to be Manadog versus Madman. So it's going to be a TVZ. And yeah, Manadog, of course, is a well-known CPL admin. Let's see how he does.
Ah, yes, Manadog. Manadog Terran against Zerg. He's very strong, I think. I think this is one of his best matchups.
Okay, let's get into it.
He just makes Marines, man. He makes those Marines, and that's exactly what you need to do. Just to constantly keep putting pressure on the Zerg.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of Terran to play against. One who just macros really well. And, hold on a second. Let me try to fix the scoreboard here. It's gonna be Manadog versus Giant Banana. Let's just use his his in-game nickname because that's pretty good. Manadog versus Giant Banana. That's good.
Giant Banana. That's a name. Might want to fix the score as well. Go back to 0-0.
That's a good point actually. I didn't notice that. There we go.
Manadog is so good. He's already taken the game before playing the game.
Let's just use his regular ID. Okay, so we've got in the top right corner, it's mattmanx for horse emoji, and Manadog in the bottom right.
No, Arex? No. Wait. Are we 10-10? We didn't build the depot?
No, he's got one at the natural.
Oh, at the national. Didn't see that there. Alright, good. Luckily someone was paying attention.
There's standard opening.
Standard stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 hatch from Zerg. Standard expansion from Terran. It's gonna scout. I think both players are gonna get first scout. At least Terran should know from the direction of the Overlord. But he is not going. Okay, now he's going the right direction.
There we go. Sees the Overlord, goes the right direction. We scout towards the Overlord scout path anyway.
Manadog's actually been playing a bit of Zerg as well, so he knows this matchup from the other side as well.
Yeah, I was playing him the other day.
Oh, how was that?
He's got a bit to work on his Zerg, not gonna lie. But it was pretty strong. Like, it was definitely seeing improvement.
Is he a Muta Zerg or a Lurker Zerg?
Muta Zerg.
Okay, good.
We see that 15 command center coming down from Terran. He's able to do this because he scouted like 12 hatch. So this allows him to skip one depot.
And he can cut that Marine too if he wanted to not lose time on that SCV, but since there was no Lings coming up, but fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-hatch play coming out from...
Yes! Or before second racks, this might be an eBay opener against 2-hatch. I know an Academy?
Academy, huh, okay. Interesting choice in buildings.
Yeah, I really think the second racks and then going 2 racks CAD is much better. 1 racks a CAD is safe, but I don't know. You just don't get any like real value at an academy. Just a single academy and a single racks.
By the way, we're just gonna ignore the scouting SCV, I guess. Just gonna sit there and do a rescout later, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he sees it. If you turn off the...
Just in a blind spot, man. Like,
Yeah, I think he just ran past it, but he didn't really... I'm not sure if he saw it. Maybe he just barely didn't.
yeah, Manadog was talking about this the other day, actually. He's like, I like to hide the SCV in the Zerg base so I can rescout with it later. But then it's like less micro required. Which, you definitely catch the Zerg off guard like that. But the Zerg needs to be on top of it.
Yeah, he did see the spire, so he knows it's 2-hatch meterless. And look at this factory going down. Ready. Wow, that's a really fast factory. But it's not 111 because he's getting a second barracks as well. But
I haven't actually seen this build. So no stim timing. Although we need to be putting down an eBay pretty soon. No stim timing, no real like marine presence. So we're going to be putting down like a lot of turrets to compensate. And then probably like a really quick like tank Volk push to follow. I suspect that's what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a modified 111 build.
Yeah, in a way, like a Rax FE 111.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I haven't seen this before either.
Yeah, he's got to get that armory started. And yeah, armory is going down right now. You know, this SCV's been alive in the Zerg base so long, he might as well just build like a barracks and
Yeah,
build some units or something.
he rescouted and he just went right back to sitting in the corner.
Manadog wouldn't do that, man. Too honorable. We don't proxy buildings here.
You know what I have done before though? I've kept like the scouting SCV alive. I go to the 3rd, and I built like a barracks in the 3rd, and in the hidden area, and I've taken out
That's
the 3rd.
dirty. But they gotta deal with that scouting SCV, man. Can't get away with.
I think he should just build.
Forever.
He should just build a supply depot there, just to show that he can. Oh, there it goes. Oh no, they fly right past. Oh, they come back for it. Good.
Nice work. Yeah, I don't like this lack of turrets though. I think the one turret at the ramp and one turret in the main is making him really, really weak in the main. When we have like a really low like marine count.
Yeah, there's nothing around the factory and the starport.
It's completely exposed.
He will have the Valkyrie out, and with the Valkyrie, and I mean, I know he doesn't have that many Marines, but with the Valkyrie Marine, it should be okay. It's only 8 meterless.
Until the Scourge come, yeah.
Yeah, that is true, and hopefully you've got good enough micro with the Marine Valk.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's hard to
That's-
micro the Valkyrie.
It's very difficult, I would say, to get it like perfect, to get like the perfect slide off. And if we just had like we don't need too many turrets like straight away, but when we add more for like the 12, like the 11 meter timing, plus the Valkyrie, plus like a decent group of Marines like we have now, suddenly like the meter harass is just really, really weak. Even
Oh,
with
he doesn't have
Scourge,
his
like you
range
just like
yet.
fly the Valkyrie. Sorry, Dada, what was that?
Oh, he's getting his range right now.
Oh, that's quite a late range.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really late, yeah.
Yeah. You can kind of get away with it though because of the Valkyrie.
Yeah, I guess so.
But he's got to be careful. Scourge is out already. Like this Valkyrie's really exposed. And Scourge are coming in.
Oh. Yeah, and the other Valk is very low. The third one just pops out.
Yeah, this is the problem. This
Yeah,
is
the
why
thing
you
is-
need like a really good like Marine count if you want to go for low turrets, because then you can use the Marines to protect the turrets, and then the turrets also protect the Marines.
Yeah.
But without neither,
Oh,
it's quite difficult.
flies
this
right
is
over.
quite the dive. Look
Yeah,
at
he
that.
actually he scourged the wrong Valk. So the Valk that was low, oh, it survives. That's a shame.
Now,
All the
this
meterlets
is
are gone.
a
and who knows
really
who's
bad
over
situation for the
Yeah, the thing about Valks is that if they're completely isolated, then you can actually pick them off with the mutas pretty quickly. I think the idea was interesting just to go for an assassination because one of the two Valks was very low, but then he scourged the wrong one.
Yeah, the idea was there, but the execution was just a bit off. And again,
Yeah.
I don't blame these players. I mean, it's really hard. Like Muta Micro itself is also really hard.
And I
Talking
have
about
to,
Valkyrie Micro.
yeah, and I have to say this is the type of play that I tend to go
Second
for a lot.
factory.
It's actually not a very good play, I think, because it's so hard to pull off, and if it fails, it's like really bad. But I'm very tempted to do plays like that actually myself.
yeah, very tempting, especially with the clock.
Right?
'Cause you just
Yeah.
want to like do the damage, stop him from moving out, and it looks like he has managed to do that. Like Manadog's Marine count's really low, and he's like very, very hesitant to move out, especially if he can get this tank, which he will. Really nicely done. Unfortunately, lost a lot of meter in the process.
Yeah, he basically sacrificed all but one of his mutalists to get one tank. That was not worth it. And
Not worth it, but the lurkers are out, and the overall push is stopped. So
yeah, it looks like Manadog is doing the old mech switch.
yeah,
I only know like one player who really does this on a consistent basis, and that's Jinjin. He likes to do like the mech switch. I guess Nyokin likes that as well. But yeah, like this, it's a little bit of an older thing, right? Like people usually don't do
Yeah.
mech switch nowadays.
yeah, it's cool. I think mech switch as a concept is, quite old. I mean, like this version of mech switch is even older, right? 'Cause you usually see mech switches on like a much more bio, like with actual upgrades and stuff like that. Whereas here we're really low on bio, low on tanks, and still on 2 base. Like you usually see a bio switch when mech switch, sorry, when you've got vessels out. Oh, a couple of Scourge connects there. Really nicely done.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's a shame. Where to connect?
Just above the natural.
Ah.
He just sort of flew him in. Just got damage.
Well, the good thing is for Terran is that this mech is going to be so effective against Lurker. I mean, Lurker is just, they're just not really effective against the mech.
Yeah,
there's all
and
these
he needs to
overlords
keep
here.
making lurkers to stop this push that's about to
Oh,
happen.
no.
So he needs a way to like kill this buyer right now, so he can just start droning to deal with the mech later on.
He needs to reposition his lurkers. And he needs to make some overlords now.
And needs to not lose, like 5 overlords in a row. That's really bad. This is game-ending amount of damage right there. If he doesn't manage to kill this buyer force and Manadog can somehow get across the map, this could just end the game right here. Like losing that many overlords ever is just such a massive loss. So it looks like Manadog's going to position himself in between the Zerg base and his own base, which is going to catch reinforcements, which is really efficient against lurkers. Can't just like rally lurkers across the map when there's an army on the field. You need to burrow them constantly to deal with it, which allows this little tank push to try and push these lurkers off.
It looks like he may be going for the third. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry about that. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I like how Manadog is continually making more Valkyries. It prevents any kind of, like, meta switch from Zerg. Because, you know, sometimes, like, Zergs like to do that against mech switch. They'll go to, like, mass metas to try to catch a Terran off guard. And, yeah, Dada, it looks like Terran is going to hit the third base. If he manages to kill the Nidus, and like before it's finished, because the Nidus is not finished yet. Look at the Zerg natural. If he kills the Nidus, he'll take out the space, and that's actually really huge.
This is massive. He's gonna get 3 matches, a Nidus, all these drones, which he cannot afford right now, and there's absolutely nothing he can do to defend it. Like this is, again, this is just so much damage.
And 2 defilers that just came out. Wow.
And the 2 defilers are pop. It doesn't have consume yet, so he's definitely going to lose those defilers to Marines. So this is once again just an insane amount of damage that Manadog's managed to find, and it's all going to come down to this defiler push with the lurkers.
Oh, this is a scary amount of lurkers, though.
It's a scary amount of lurkers. Tanks cannot do damage to burrowed lurkers under swarm.
Oh, but the defiler just
isn't
isn't there yet.
This. I think this might be a bit. I think this is a bit early. I think you need to wait for Swarm. Because once you have Swarm, then this is really, really powerful. You can just push into the nun win. If you can kill the Defiler, and he
kills
does,
the Defiler. Oh, no.
which is just going to delay the overall push. Managed to clean up all of those tanks, but a lot of... this is a bit of the Hail Mary point here. It's just going to run in. Wide walk.
You know what, it might
I'm
work.
surprised there's not like reinforcements coming in from Manadog. Did he not hit a microcycle or something? We should have way more units here.
Yeah,
Zerg's had two cycles and Terran's only had 1.
His macro's definitely slipping. He's got almost 3k minerals.
Wow.
Yeah, the pressure's getting to him here. And it looks like the lurkers are going to at least clear the Nat, but this isn't necessarily game over yet. This will even out the game long term, but if you can get down onto the production node, that's when it's over. And I think that might just happen because these Lings are going to very easily clean up these siege tanks. We just can't get the units out to deal with these Zerglings, and now there's lurkers on top of the production, and that's a very easy way for Zerg to win. If we can get a Defiler in here, which they seem to be all be at home, unfortunately, but if we can get a Defiler in here and like Swarm on top of these factories, it's definitely a win condition.
I think we missed it, but Zerg actually lost a whole bunch of overlords again.
Yeah, I was about to point that out. He lost like I think 5 or 6 overlords to the Valkyries. All bunched up.
Yeah, I saw them flying towards the Terran, base.
He's gonna lose even more. Another 4. These Valkyries.
Yeah, and he's gonna trap all those Defilers into the base. I'm not too sure about this push since you can just swarm here. He needs to pull these Marines home. Actually, he could very easily clear up.
Oh, come on. Do a scan here, come on. That's one lurker. It's 18 kills. It's incredible.
We need 1 vessel, man. 1 vessel.
19 kills.
Yeah, I still think Manadog is in a good position, despite the damage he took at the natural. I like the counterattack by the Zerg. Oh, he intercepts that Defiler as well.
The Valk has 16 kills.
Yeah. He just couldn't get that Defiler.
Insane.
If he could get the Defiler to the main, it's a win. But he couldn't quite manage it. And I think Manadog's just going to slowly win it back. He's just clearing out so many overlords. And there's just no anti-air, no Scourge being made.
Yeah, like unironically, these Valkyries we're probably the MVP unit of this game.
I think so.
They supply blocked the Zerg for so long. I mean, Zerg has Ultra's Cavern, but I'm not really sure that's what you want to, especially against mech. Like, Ultra's not
No.
that good against mech.
I mean, he is a big
He's
bank,
never
but
going to make Ultralisk. He's never going to have the lava to actually make them at this point.
yeah.
Or maybe even the Overlords, if he keeps getting the Overlords popped.
He does have one pair of Scourge. And they do manage to kill one Volk. That's good. But yeah, the mines are just gonna very easily clear up Ultralisks, unfortunately. At this point, you need Hydra again.
This
Or
one
just like
Valkyrie.
7 hatcheries making lings to clear mines.
One Valkyrie has 18 kills. Lieutenant
Yeah,
Commander.
the other one had 4.
Should get it promoted. That'd be cool if like turn units could get promotions. Like it's like Command and Conquer, if I remember correctly, they had that.
Oh, maybe. I actually don't remember that.
Yeah, it's way too long ago when I played that. And we see scans going down everywhere. Manadog just checking to see if there's any exposed. He's gonna be really happy to see that Zerg is on 2 base.
Okay, we got Ultras, but they have no upgrades. And we actually don't have the bank to make more Ultras at this point. We've got the gas, but we don't have the minerals. In fact, we just don't have drones.
Be able to get enough Ultras out. Well, Ultra's also not very good against tanks unless you got Swarm.
Okay, we do have the upgrade now for Carapace. So that's good.
Yeah, Terran does have 2-1 though.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
Tanks are just too strong against Ultras anyway. Like, even under Swarm, like, they're okay, but they're not amazing. Siege tanks are just too strong.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, Manadog doesn't even have to go in, try to kill him. Just has to camp out here. He doesn't have a 3rd base.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in as Manadog. I would just simply take a 4th, take a 5th, build mass factories, and then go in 200.
Bleed him dry because the Zerg has to come out against
Can't
you
win with
into
2
the
gas,
next
yeah.
turn.
We can't win with 1 gas, actually. He's only got 500 left in the net.
I would like to see some vessels over here, though.
Yeah, he only has 1 vessel, but with the
He's
mines,
only made 1 the entire game, yeah.
with the mines in position he has, it might just be enough.
Might as well send the units out.
Yeah. Okay, there's last minute storm, but that Ultra does go down. There's just nothing left. He's at 35 supply.
Yeah, this is nothing else to say. It's just all she wrote.
In fact, he doesn't
More
have
Overlord
the minerals to make Ultra speed.
GG.
And there's a GG. Well played.
Yeah, that was an interesting build from Manadog, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually don't think I've ever seen that before, that build.
I haven't either. That's a completely new one to me.
I'm gonna have to ask him about that.
Yeah, same. It's like, you like go Rax FE, but then you do like a really quick factory on 1 Rax. So you get like enough Marines to hold the meters with like turrets. And then just do like but you have like the factory timing to deal with, to just like get there before consumes ready, which is really strong.
Yeah, I do know that Manadog is one of the priests in the Church of Hotube, Light's YouTube channel, where he posts his guides. So maybe this is something that Light came up with.
Sorry, just checking password here.
Oh yeah. Okay, that means game 2 is going to be on Apocalypse. And let's get into the game.
Hey guys, I gotta leave after this one. Is that okay?
Oh yes, that's yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
It is really late where you are, so yeah, don't feel bad about it.
And we got 3 casters now, so
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
no. I mean, the more the better, right?
Well, as long as we don't talk over each other, which gets increasingly difficult the more you have. Okay, looks like we have in the bottom left corner Giant Banana, aka mattmanx, and Manadog in the bottom right. For some reason, the music is gone again. I don't know what's wrong. For some reason, the music's just likes to break today.
Yeah, time to put YouTube on a tab. Terran playlist on repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
And Terran's all you need. You don't need the other music. It's fun. Don't feel bad. It's the truth. Terran's the best music.
I like Manadog. He is mineral boosting his top SCV from the mining.
You'd like to see it.
Yeah, it actually matters a lot. Like people say,
It matters,
oh,
yeah.
no, it doesn't matter. Like you can get your factory,
If you're not-
especially in PvP or in other buildings, so much faster.
If you're not going to efficiently like assign the mineral patches that are like most efficient, you should at least boost on the right hand side that top patch. It's quite easy to do, and it will yield you so many resources, and like it just makes like that right. And every time you start doing it, it's like the right side will become your favorite side to spawn on just because of that.
Yeah. 12 hatch coming out of Giant Banana.
And 11 racks from Manadog.
Yeah, super standard stuff. I'm kind of interested to see if Manadog's is he gonna do that modified 111 again? Is he gonna play more standard? He's
I'd
probably gonna
love
do
to see
50,
just like
50.
a 1 base 2 racks after having done like that early gas build, because then it's like, well, is he going to do the same thing and just get a factory? Because usually like if you get gas that early, you know, he's going to go racks. Fair enough. Yeah, like
he's gonna
usually if you
shoot
go racks that early, like some sort of like tech push early, but alright, Marine coming out here. He's going to depot in the natural. That's pretty standard.
See if mattmanx actually chases the SCV this time.
It's a little bit of damage on it, which is good for when the lings pop. But I think this nat hatch is quite late in. It was definitely 12 hatch. I saw that much, but I think he might have put down like a few seconds late. Because usually you should already have a lava popped. Or 2 lava, so. Anyway, he's going to make 1 set of ling. No second set is going to be made. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's not. It's not good to make only 1 set of ling if you do not scout the Terran at all. If you see them with the Overlord, it's fine. If you see them with the drone and you check the gas, it's also okay if they're not going Vulture.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
like
if you don't see them at all, man, there could just be tons of Marines coming at you, and you only made 1 set of lings and then drone. Like it's very risky.
It feels
He's going
weird.
to compensate by making lots of lings.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. There they come. Yeah.
Bit of a caster curse there, as I say. But anyway.
We have two racks Academy coming out of Manadog. I think this is a stim rush timing.
Yeah, that's I think that was like a 340, 345 Academy right there. Should be coming up in about 20 seconds or so. The stim will be finishing at about 510, 520.
It's not that many Marines out yet.
Yeah, these early Academy, you tend to get a little bit fewer Marines unless you cut SCVs. We'll have to watch to see if he cuts SCVs.
Stim just
or if
started.
it just keeps pumping them.
Yeah, this time he's actually
So
a little
8
bit late.
Marines usually, yeah, he's going to go medic, so he's going to push with 8 Marines. It's a low amount, but against 2 hatch, this is perfectly fine. Still put pressure on.
For Stim Rush, this is basically as many Marines as you can get. Usually it's only like 7 actually.
Yeah. You can get more with cutting SCVs, later academy timing, stuff like that, though.
You can't delay your academy time because the mutalisk will come out and like just
Not against
destroy
2
it.
hatch, no. But if it's 3 hatch, you can go up to like 4 minutes.
I think he should
Oh,
be
yeah, yeah.
moving out like right about now, though.
He's already
Yeah,
late.
generally you want to move out when when your medic's finished. That's when you want to start to move out. So you stim finishes right when you get there, but just playing a little bit passive here.
Yeah, you know what? I was wrong. It's just not a Stim timing, I guess. He's just building up like units.
Yeah, and as a result, Madman actually didn't make any sunks.
And he made drones, which is really good for his economy, which means he'll be able to get a lot of mutants out. 6 mutants out right now.
Yeah,
And
it's a
like roughly
nice,
the
nice
the
opening.
timing. So
Yeah.
it ended up giving Zerg quite a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, definitely. Like, even if you don't break the Zerg, you still want to move out the 4 Stunkins just to hurt the Zerg economy. Maybe even scout for a 3rd. So
Yeah.
this was, a little bit of a mistake, I feel, from Manadog.
The range is still finishing, I think.
It should finish in the next. It should finish before the mini count gets too big.
And look at that third base position for the Zerg. There is an
So-
SCV on the
Yeah,
map.
it's very sneaky. Very
Yeah.
sneaky. I was about to comment on that actually. So this base is like really good to hold because you can like it's like a really tight choke and you can pull lots of sunkens down. And it being positioned here means you can actually rally mutas a lot faster and like hydras and stuff, or potentially a defiler. So it's interesting to see what his game plan is going to be from this third base, but we're definitely going to be seeing some sort of third base, like all in, I reckon.
Yeah, but Manadog
It's
is
very
scouting
rare that
around
they take a
now.
third. Yeah, definitely want to be looking for that third. It has to go down, otherwise the Zerg's doing something.
Because he's going to see us now in the 12 o'clock position, so it's going to get suspicious.
I just want to see what Matt does here to with his third base.
Scan going down. Use the hydros, then not up yet.
This is actually a pretty scary move out, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. You really need to have good micro to hold it. And he's got to bring the mutalisk around to engage this marine ball. Can't let it get across the map.
Oh no! So
Ooh.
many mutas getting caught. Yeah, there's like
Flying
this.
right past those Marines there.
He does have
Damn.
quite a few more fresh mutas though, so he does still have a full stack. Another Overlord gonna get picked off. A lot of
Yeah,
Overlords
but
getting picked off in this series.
I don't think it's enough muta and sunken to deal with +1 Marines. We got lots of medics here with a lot of energy on them, and more than a group of Marines here. This is a really scary push. This is game ending right here.
Yeah, I feel like he needed to buy like time and
Yeah.
harass the marine ball a bit, whittle down the numbers. This
If he
is
can
just-
get really good shots here, he could save himself.
Yeah, it's
it
just
wasn't
barely
there.
not enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. This is how so many games are lost to Cirque. Just getting your natural busted. There's GG.
All right, thanks for having me on the cast. I gotta get going. Good luck with the rest of the game.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. It's been good to have you. Let's do another one sometime.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
GG first
Okay.
law. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks for joining
Do you
us
want to
again.
take a
and,
quick break?
Yeah, let's do a quick break. I'll just get the next game up and then let's do a quick break. We have one more series left, so. Okay. the game is up. We'll go to a quick break and then we'll be right back.
All right, thanks. I just need a glass of water before we resume.
Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the Swarm, and that you have been created to serve me. Serve the Hive. I control the groove. Serve the Hive. I control the groove. Serve the Hive. I control the way you move. How you like my groove, Dagoff? Well done.
When I want to win, I play the alien race. First I sneakily make a bunch of tiny dinosaurs early in the game and send them into the enemy base. At the same time I research more advanced technology to get the screaming bats and kill workers. Then I evolve the acid-spitting snake into the digging spider. If my opponent is still in the game, I finally get the menstrual snake and throw periods on his army. Easy win.
Skills.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. Still on
I
the
don't
count.
mind. I don't mind solo casting this if you just want to observe. It's fun.
All right.
If you want to cast, go for it. But
Yeah. Let me see. Start some music for the wait screen because I don't think we have the game audio on the pause screen. There's like so many things I have to fix about my streaming setup. I gotta make a list. Okay, let me get
time, perhaps.
Let me get the game audio back up and let's continue. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay, so this is gonna be our last series of the night. This is, or the morning, I guess. This is gonna be Zanatas versus Theseus. Okay, let me fix the scoreboard here. You can introduce the players.
All right, in the bottom right, we have in the teal zerg, Nom Zanatas. It's probably going to be another 12-edge player. And on the other side of the map, we have Theseus. in the pink Terran. Probably going to be another 11 racks user. That tends to be the common trope in CPL these days, but hopefully one of these challenge us. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change the latency.
Oh, don't worry. It's kind of weird that the latency is still a thing even in a replay. It's like this bizarre.
It's only because I'm in the lobby, man. I don't know why, but somehow I lag a replay. It's pretty interesting.
It's weird, yeah. It's weird that that's even a thing. That's just brute war things.
I think it's just a common like RTS thing. A lot of RTS replays tend to be very buggy in that regard. Very strange. However, talking about this game specifically, once again, gonna be 12 hatch versus 11 racks. Yep.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a depot scout, which is interesting. Close spawn depot scout. So he's gonna get there just as the hatch starts and before the pool. So unfortunately, it's not really early enough to block 12 hatches, which is why this is sort of falling out of favor. But if it was like overpool or something, more than enough to get an eBay down on time. So unfortunately, not working out for Theseus here. The abnormal scouting timing.
I think Zanatas has had a pretty good history in CPL. I think CPL 8 he was tier 3, and CPL 9 I think he was tier 2, and now he's tier 1, so...
Nice work, man.
Yeah,
it's good to hear success stories like that.
Has really improved, yeah. I played him CVC, I think 2 times. I don't remember much about the match, I just know that I lost both the series, so...
So he's a good player, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
He likes 9-ball speed in CVZ.
Oh wow, interesting.
So that
build for
well, it's actually like
ZP.
yeah, it actually kind of it got me to practice against 9-pool speed quite a lot more. So because it's difficult to hold, and even if you hold, it's like you have so much momentum as the Zerg
definitely
player.
a skill check. It's definitely a skill check for Protoss.
Yeah.
But once you get that initial hump, it's a very bad build usually.
Yeah, it's actually for Zerg, it's surprisingly good. It's like I think 9-pool speed is really good in the CVZ matchup.
Oh, right, sorry. For some reason I thought you were Protoss. Yeah.
Oh no,
Zerg,
yeah.
In Zerg, it's a standard build. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
For some reason I have Protoss. I don't know why, because I know you're a Zerg player.
Yeah, that's actually the one race that I've never really even looked at, Protoss. I've looked at Terran a little bit, but never
So I made
Protoss.
that much of a mistake. Got it. Shouldn't even have it on the brain.
Look at this Vulture is already out, but he's got a sunk.
He's got a sunk. 2 on gas though, unfortunately for Zanatas. Hopefully we correct that because that is delaying our 3 hatch by quite a bit. Well, our layer's already late enough without a lack of gas. But he did just put 3 on the gas. Unfortunately, didn't start the layer though.
Oh, there we are.
As I say it, perfect.
Armory coming up. Machine shop. So I think this game is gonna calm down a little bit. We're gonna go into a bit of a macro phase. I don't think he wants to try anything like a run by with the vultures.
Definitely not on a map like this.
No.
Not on Tempest. Tempest is a very bad map to do anything like that in through the main. The ramp alone makes it tough. The sunken with the lings up there, it's just impossible. But what we need to be asking ourselves is what factory count Theseus climbs up to before he's third.
Oh, he's actually going to try it. Wow, and he's going to get through.
Oh my god, just as I looked away.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't believe he did it, but he managed to get through.
That's
I think
really impressive.
he should be hatching some hydras very soon, though. Okay, they're
He
actually...
should be, but he should be able to get enough drones here that'll really hurt the Zerg economy, but he needs to focus with these vultures here.
I feel like the hydras maybe are a little bit late
takes
even.
priority of a macro in this situation.
Yeah. Oh my
This
god.
can be game ending if done correctly. Unfortunately...
He's not going to have his mines, though. They just started, so... If he had the mines here, he could, you know, really do a number on these hydras as well.
I would cancel mines here, get siege mode instead.
Right.
And just start pumping out tanks, seeing those hydras. Oh, but Aspire did go down. Oh, that's very tricky. That's very tricky. Because if you don't have any Goliaths, which is why you should always just stick to the Goliath build, because he'll also be his Hydra. But definitely mix in some tanks. Yeah, range later on. So, this is where the decision making comes in for Terran, whether or not he wants to commit to a 5-factory push and just go, or if he wants to take a third. We'll find out very shortly which one of those it's actually going to be. And the Zerg's going to be forced to either play really, really defensively against the 5-fact, or scout out those 3 factories in that starport, and then just start macroing like crazy and getting queens out.
Right,
just to do with the tanks later on.
It's such a strange matchup, CVT, because when you're playing versus mech versus compared to bio, it's such a different matchup. And what people always say is that it's more similar to playing against Protoss than it is to playing like a regular bio CVT.
In terms of the economy, yeah. Not the units that you use, though.
Right, it's very funny. It's like a strange matchup in that regard. And I think that's also
because
maybe
mech,
why it's... Yeah.
It's because mech is takes a really long time to get off the ground.
Right, yeah.
But it's really, really powerful, of course. So you need the drone count early on to compensate for the power of the mech later on. So that's why the macro side of mech is really, really frustrating for a lot of newer Zerg players.
Yeah,
but
the
as soon as
tempo
you can work it out,
it's completely different.
Yes. Yep.
With completely different patterns for when to expand, when to drone.
But I like this, going up to 10 meter, I'd go up to 11.
Yeah, there's 6 Goliaths in that.
Not really enough turrets, and there's no turrets by those factories. That's a couple of free SUVs we could pick off. I would not be going for tanks here. You really don't want to be losing meter here until you confirm that it's not going to be 5-fact, which it definitely is. Well, 4 go down at least. I don't know if another one's going to go down. But definitely the factory count. You want to start preserving your meter count here, and just focus on just making more meter so you can defend the push that's inevitably going to come out. So you got to defend the first push, and then the second push that comes like roughly a minute after.
Third base being taken by the Zerg. And the factories are coming up for Terran.
4 factories, though, is interesting. It's
yeah,
not,
I'm waiting for that 5th
usual
factory,
number.
but yeah, I'm not seeing it.
It's not the usual number that you grab. What this does mean, though, is that you can get your 3rd base a little bit quicker and get the starport a little bit quicker, but your overall push is going to be significantly weaker. Whereas 5-fact, you could end the game. 4-fact could cost you the game instead, so... Zerg is switching and gearing straight into Hydralisks, though. You see that? We've got a movement speed started, +1 on the way. I'm not a huge fan of this. I think it's much better to go heavier on the meter with +1 carapace meter, because they're way more efficient at dealing with Goliaths. Funnily enough, even though Goliaths shoot up and they do more damage going up, Mutas are actually a really efficient counter for Goliaths because of the splash. So you really don't want
Yeah.
to lose mutas like this, and you really want to trade with like a large group of muta against a large group of Goliaths.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be getting much done with his mutas, though. I think this is kind of like the feeling when you're playing Zerg. You know, you look at what your mutas can do against their defense, and if it doesn't look too good, there's a very strong inclination to just switch to Hydras. Hydras are a little bit more foolproof. Oh, is that Hydra actually stuck? I think it's stuck.
The problem with Hydras though is that they take a while before they're actually efficient against mech because they
Right.
need upgrades. They need
Yeah.
both their actual upgrades and then +1 damage too. So
Yeah,
'cause
and they
we're
don't have the
literally
upgrades
fighting
yet.
against- Yeah, and Terran gets their armory quite early, so you got to get that upgrade really, really quickly. But it looks like he did get the dent first, which helps. And he did just finish +1 weapon, so he needs to wait for range and then he can engage us.
Okay, this looks
And the other
actually like
problem with
a good angle for the Zerg to be taking this. Oh, it looks like he is going to be running away.
he needs to run away here because the other problem with Hydra is tanks. Tanks are
Right,
just
yeah.
so efficient against those Hydralisks. So that's why mutas are much, much more efficient at the beginning. Oh, there we go. The 5th factory was eventually added, just late. So this is a large amount of Goliaths. This is +1 Hydralisk, but we still have tanks here. So unless he can pick off these tanks with these Hydralisk, which is really hard to do, since they're even stronger than Templar.
Yeah, but look at that high ground, though. And this surround. I think this is actually
And
going
the
to go
surround
pretty
is really,
well.
really good. The surround is really, really strong here, and this is a lot of Hydra that
Oh
he's
my
managed to
God.
bank up. Really cleanly done. Really
Yeah.
put the Terran in a bad position there, and then just capitalized on it. Really, really well
Yeah,
done.
and this third
But knowing
base is
this
going to have to
third
be
base is
cancelled.
huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And now we just now we macro Zerg.
Oh, he's
Or is
actually
he
going to
just gonna
pick off
run in
these
there?
tanks. Yeah, I actually think he can do
These
this.
tanks shouldn't be here almost. They should be like back and behind the wall.
Oh, he's not targeting the tank, though. It's been unfortunate.
Unfortunately, he does have the mutas,
Yeah, he
so he
doesn't
can
have...
clean up his tank here.
The thing is, he has so many more units coming. I actually think he's just going to run him over here. There's not-
Zanatas' macro is really strong here.
Yeah. There's just not enough left for Terran, I think. There are 2 tanks coming out, though, so if he sieges those up, I think maybe he can just hold for a little bit longer.
I don't think so. I think once there's the Hydra on top of this high ground here, with these few Goliath count, there's nothing to
Yeah.
really buffer for the tanks.
Yeah, and look
He
how much
needed
more
those
is coming.
first 2 tanks from earlier that he's like sieged in the middle of nowhere. He needed those behind the wall to defend, unfortunately. So GG is going to get called. Congrats to Zanatas on the first win.
GG. Okay, now I don't hear any game audio anymore. I didn't know what's going on. What happened?
We need to take like a minute to fix it.
Yeah.
Or you just can't be bothered with it anymore.
Yeah, I have to. Once we're in game, I'll just have a look at the. Oh my god! I just showed. I'm so thrown off by what's going on. Sorry about that. Okay, once I'm in game, I'll just check the. What's going on with the settings? Did I hit like a hotkey or something? What is going on? I'm actually going to take a quick moment just to see what's up. Okay, I actually think it should be working. Alright, sorry about that. Well, let's get into the game then.
Once again, we're on Apocalypse.
Okay, in the 12 o'clock position, it's Zanatas. And the bottom right, it's Theseus. Looks like these guys are color pickers because they got the same colors as last time.
Fair enough. We all have our preferences.
So far, this has not been a good series for Horse Emoji. In fact, Horse Emoji has not taken a single map yet.
No, they haven't, have they? They've all been 2-0s, and they've all been towards big click energy. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, and this is the last series of Tier 1, so Steve's just gonna have to step it up to prevent a full sweep.
Let's hope that he can. No shenanigans yet again. It's going to be some pretty standard play from both players. It's going to go 12 hatch and probably Rax FE.
I think that's the right way to play in CPL, especially. Just play standard.
Just stick to what you know. Yeah, just stick to what you know. Don't need to go above and beyond mixing it up. You're probably going to get a different game than your first game anyway, because you're going to make some sort of mistake. It's going to put you in a weird spot. So the game will be different regardless.
Thanks for the follow, SCRVN. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the cast. Yeah, this is all looking just perfectly normal. 12 hatches about to be put down.
First scout from Terran on. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Scouted in the other direction. And he's going to get rewarded for it. Well done. Yeah.
How often do you play mech versus Zerg, Zesky?
Oh, personally, not very often.
Because, yeah, I have you as like a bio-Terran in my mind, so...
Yeah. Definitely like my bio. I've done mech occasionally, and I understand the concepts of mech. But, yeah, I think I prefer bio. I think bio's a lot more just, like, solid. Mech seems like it's a really easy way to play, and you can get cheap wins, or whatever people say, I don't know. But, if you can learn bio, you just get a lot more flexibility. And you'll win more overall.
Yeah, do you ever feel like you have to mix it up just to kind of throw your Zerg opponent off balance in a series?
Yeah, but I usually wouldn't involve a Goliath build. I'd usually do different forms of fire. Whether it's 1-1-1, Valk builds, stuff like that. Bio has a lot of options. Whereas mech, it's really only like Goliath. That's it.
Right.
You can go on Bionic, which is Goliath and Bio, but that's a separate thing entirely. So, this is going to be... Well, I guess it's going to be 25 racks. But the point is this late racks is that you're able to put on marine pressure quite efficiently, since you make a lot of marines quite early, and it forces the Zerg to react. Unfortunately, Theseus lost the ACV scout, so it's not really safe anymore to put pressure on, but he at least has the marines for when he does his stim push slip.
Yeah, actually, he moved out with 3 marines, and the Zanatas actually called his bluff. He didn't make any additional links.
I actually don't think Zanatas saw it, to be honest.
Oh, right.
Like, he might have seen it, like, with a unit, but he didn't, like, register it in his brain.
Right, yeah.
Which, ultimately... Because I remember if you see 4 marines going across the map and you only got 2 lings, that's a red flag. You got to immediately make lings.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to. But instead, he's going to make lings when he wants to, which is going to be when his that hatch is finished. He's got the spare lava.
And there's pretty good production from Theseus. I think we're going to have a nice move out here.
Lots of marines coming out. Stim started, but we should be able to do like a big move out. And this is really good against free hatch as well. this like bigger marine river, definitely it's okay delay that academy a little bit just to get the extra marines like this, and then just push out like this, very similar to this, and then yeah, there we go. The sunkens go down, 3 sunks and like 6 slings, more than enough to hold this if you can turn them into sunken colonies in time.
Yeah, this is going to be
This,
super safe. And he turns around.
Oh. Turns around. I don't think he had to. Maybe because he didn't have stim. If he had stim there, he could have actually maybe busted.
Oh my
Hit
god,
the sunkens before they're
he's
ready.
getting so many SCVs with this Ling run by, and I'm actually surprised that there was no... I thought a Firebat was making, but I don't think it's finished. Maybe he cancelled it?
Firebat did in fact finish, I saw, but the link control from Zanatas was just really, really solid. And Theseus has not turned around. He's committed to this push, which unfortunately won't work because
19
there's an
SCVs.
evolution chamber and 3 sunkens. You're not going to break that, especially without medics.
Yeah, where did the medics go, actually?
What
happened? Did they walk into the sunks? I missed that.
So, it's a very good question. I did not see it. I was too busy pushing the run by.
Yeah, I think the thing was also that he made only 1 Firebat. I think in that situation you want to make 2, right?
Usually, yes. You can get away with 1 if you're like walled and other factors. Control.
Right. Yeah.
But 2 is safe.
Yeah, this is a very
There's
open
a lot
position,
of gas.
so...
A lot of Terrans don't want to make 2 Firebats, but sometimes you must.
But thou must.
So eBay goes down, range has started, +1, should be on the way. 10 mutilars are being started all at once. So even though we had to like make sunks, get an Evo chamber down, laid everything, we're now going... Our macro is actually really, really solid. 30 drones and 2 bases, a really healthy number. So we're going to have a lot of mutas. And Theseus doesn't really have the right turret amount. He's got nothing near the ramp. Only 2 in the main and 3 at the nat. He really needs a couple more turrets everywhere. Otherwise, if Zanatas' micro is good enough, he should be able to just destroy everything that Theseus has. And Theseus with this marine ball out here without range is also an incredibly risky move, but it can be a massive payoff if done well. Exactly like that. Really good snipe on that Mutalisk. But yeah, here the lack of turrets is going to really be painful for Theseus. Having no control of your ramp can be really difficult.
I'm actually surprised he didn't go in.
Over to your net. Yeah, I'm a little bit curious. He's going for a big mutiling, which is good. You definitely want a big mutiling ball at this point. But, and you want to be taking your 3rd base, of course. But, yeah, he's not really putting on pressure, which is interesting. Maybe it's a confidence thing. I'm not really sure, but he'd definitely be putting on pressure here. Workers are on the way. With a hive started as well. Really good tech timing. Factory is nearly finished, which is roughly the same timing as it's going to finish when the hive's about halfway. That's okay. That's fun.
Lurker upgrade is finished as well. Yeah, this is looking really good for Zanatas.
It's looking really good for Zanatas and okay for Theseus. Another really good snipe on 1.5 meters. They're all... Sorry, Marines just did not want to let that meter go. Ultimately worth it, but needs to build that Marine count quite steadily now.
Yeah, and look
Needs
at
to
the...
start adding some Raxes.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the factory.
Not sure about this machine shop though. This machine shop seems like a bit of a mistake here, because your machine shop should be obviously it signifies tanks, right? And it should be like compared to the Queen's Nest, but the Queen's Nest already finished, and you saw the hive right with the scan. So tanks should not really be efficient here. Here comes a massive trade in the center here. This is a really good jump by Zanatas. Unfortunately, Theseus manages to kill quite a few muta, but I think Zanatas should be able to clamp this marine ball, except for the end there. Just a little bit
Yeah,
of miscontrol, and
I think
suddenly
his
back into Theseus's control.
right, yeah. Still think he's perfectly fine, but I think his muta micro is a little bit lacking at this moment.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very hard, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mutaling started off really well. Like the engage was really good, but then the control towards the end just slipped. And it might just be a confidence thing, just like unsure on how to engage a ball of that size, stuff like that. But that was definitely winnable by Zanatas.
With that being said, his production, his macro is incredibly good, and when you look at the drone counts,
Really, really saw. Yeah, we saw that from the last game with the Hydras. Just the sheer amount of Hydras coming out was phenomenal. And once again, making a lot of drones, actually. We don't really have a lot of map control, so droning's quite risky here. But Theseus isn't adding to his racks count. So this is he's going to have a really low amount of bio. And if he had, like, those 2 racks already made, he was on 5 racks, he could definitely, like, put a lot of pressure here. Especially this, like, pre-consume timing.
the music has stopped again. I don't know why that keeps happening. It's so weird. I think like it's always for the Terran songs for some reason.
Just another reason why the game hates us, man.
Yeah. Looks like there was a bit of a drone transfer through the Nidus Canal just now, so that third base is operational.
Should have more than enough drones now. And Consume's about to finish, and when that does, he could take that 4th base, and he'll be in a very good spot.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised at how passively Theseus has been playing this game.
Yeah, this is a big problem with Terran. You need to not be super passive like this. You need to be out on the map doing stuff. Otherwise, the Zerg is just going to get away with it. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. He's like kept his lurker count for so long. Meanwhile, his gas bank is just slowly climbing. And he's going to take a 4th base with basically no resistance. You could have taken that 4th base without consuming.
Yeah, he's got so many units. He's so safe from anything a Terran could do. He's got so many defilers as well. Yeah, this is a very nice setup for Zanatas.
But
Sharing
Theseus
game
getting a
up.
3rd base,
Yeah,
adding on
that's
to
good.
the SCVs.
I feel like at this point, Zanatas is... He's so far ahead, I think you should consider getting out on the map.
He definitely needs to be out on the map like 4 minutes ago, I reckon. Maybe 5. And, but this could work. He could already, if he radios this Defiler and Zanatas isn't quite aware, he could quickly get a jump on Zanatas here.
Oh, no.
But it looks like he didn't start a radiate, so, you know, that's another...
Oh, there's a
Oh, no, it did start.
big
Okay.
plague.
Really good plague. And he manages to get the swarm off. Really
Yeah.
nicely done.
I was actually talking about Zanatas getting out on the map because I feel like he has enough macro at this point to do so.
Yeah, he definitely can. I think it's better to start harassing once you've taken your 4th. Because then you have... you're just safely banking resources at that point, and then like all you're simply doing is just plaguing with extra APM. But he definitely wants to secure this first. I would definitely be pulling way more lurkers over here, since this is where Theseus is putting the pressure on. So you definitely can use like... You can definitely use like Terran's focus to like add extra defense to a spot. But make sure you keep an eye on an additional, the other spot, the other main as well. That was a big snipe. Although the plague went off, meaning that he really can't get in without medics, which we need way more medics from Theseus. Getting the lurker and it didn't manage, getting the defiler and didn't manage to swarm. That was an opportunity there. But unfortunately, Theseus couldn't capitalize on it. Yeah, just Zerg's just slowly getting his income up.
Beautiful snipe on those vessels. That was pretty
Oh, are we
amazing.
watching? Is my replay broken?
Oh, is the replay broken?
Maybe for me. That's okay.
Twice in one cast.
Hey,
Yes,
ready?
far for the course.
Does he manage to get that vessel? No. Okay. I'm
No,
not
he got
sure
two
if.
of them. He got two of them earlier, so it was pretty good.
Okay.
And these Marines are still very low, by the way.
Very low, yeah. The lack of medics is really going to hurt. Especially when you get to armies of this size, you need lots of medics. At least a group.
Another big
plague again. Zanatas just nailing these plagues. Unfortunately, we need to keep like a healthy amount of defiler near that choke. Because that choke's very bustable right now. But Theseus is very, very passive with his bio. He's just not confident about... He keeps getting plagued, so he's like, oh, well, the natural response is if I keep losing across the map, I need to go home and build up my army. But it's actually the opposite. You need to just keep putting the pressure on. Otherwise, Zerg's just going to get this big ultra ling ball, and it's just going to be really, really bad. Yeah, Zerg's getting their ultra Kitus plating now. 2-1s for the Terran, and he's going to move towards that main base now, but that main base is stacked. So many lurkers there, so much defense. That's really like the heart of the two options.
Yeah, it really feels like Zerg is now at this point where you can just start engaging with the Terran.
Yeah, he definitely can. At this point,
Oh, gotta be
once
careful with
the
those ultras,
armor
though.
kicks in, I would wait a little bit for the ultra armor to kick in. But yeah, this is the point where, with some good defiler usage, you can definitely lower the bio count. It is usually better to wait for more armor, but he's already made the ultras, so might as well use them. Go for a 5th base. Yep, very nicely done from Zanatas. This is just a very dominable position. Yeah, it's just... It wasn't because Theseus has like a good mid game, but because of that late game, just didn't put the pressure on. Like, it just gives Zerg this massive opportunity to just macro. And when they get to this stage, their army's better than yours, so you really need to be able to put the pressure on, lower their gas count, while slowly building up your own economy so you can have an equally strong army later in the game.
Yeah, I feel like at this point we're just kind of waiting for this game to end because Zerg is so big right now. Even though these ultras are still small, they're just wrecking everything.
3-1 ultras are usually not this tough, but yeah, because the bio is not 3-2 yet. They're just really, really strong.
And look at this line of Zerg just coming out.
Yeah, it's just going to go straight for that 3rd base.
It's a move time at this point.
Yeah, at this point, Zerg's, it's very hard for Zerg to lose.
Yeah, he does have another base up here, but it doesn't really matter anymore. There's the GG. Wow, it's a full sweep.
It's a full sweep from
for
Big Click
Energy.
Really
yeah.
nicely done.
It's not just a sweep in series, but it's a sweep in map count as well. Like,
yeah, just every single map.
Yeah, so we're watching this Turk just A-move this Terran base. There we go. It's the end of the replay.
Had to enjoy his game a little bit. He spent all that time making it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it feels so good. That's why we play Zerg, man. It's the A-move just feels so good. We have all these ultras and the lings and the filers. It's just pure dopamine.
I get it, man. That's why they're my off race.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. We had an incredible full sweep for Big Click Energy. Just taking the entire tier 1 every single game. It's pretty amazing. Well done. And it's not like Horse Emoji fought poorly. Like, some of those games were actually pretty close, and I think they had great chances in all those games.
I agree. Yeah, there was plenty, but it would just be like one or two things towards the end, and the Big Click Energy team just managed to have consistent macro. That was a trend I actually saw in that entire game. Big Click Energy just had a consistent macro trend that allowed them to just win later on, even if they made mistakes early.
Yeah.
Which, just macro's a really powerful tool.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's the thing you got to be working on the most. And it's also kind of hard, you know. I feel like it's more fun to just walk around with units and do stuff on the map. At least that's what I like to do. But really, it's the macro that really wins the games.
Yeah, that's the discipline part, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That you have to also get down.
Right. Well, I think that's going to be pretty much it for us. Yeah.
I think that's it, yeah. Congrats
So-
to Big Click Energy and taking those points, and hopefully that gets them into the finals, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if there's still tier left to cast in this matchup. I think there's like still tier 3, I think. So we'll see if we can get a cast out for that one. Yeah, in the meantime, thanks for joining me, and thanks also to Silent Storm, aka the FirstLaw, for joining us earlier. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me on.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for us. I'm gonna see if I can raid someone. Let me see here. Who should we raid?
Awaken, my child, and embrace
Is anyone online, actually?
birthright.
Oh, Jumper just went
Where's
online, I
Queen?
think. Queen, yeah, we can... I don't think Queen needs the raid.
Probably not, but why not?
Let's raid Jumper. How about that?
Alrighty.
Alright, thanks for joining, everyone. Appreciate it. And see you online.